some people to come in just to make sure there's no issues with if I'm actually live or not. I had that happen the other day where it said I was live, but I wasn't live. I don't know what happened. So if you can see me, give me a 1. If you can hear me, or hi, Chine Moss, how are you? Can you hear me okay? Am I live? You have to remind me of your name again. Azalee? Azala? Azalee? Is that right? 1. Good, 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 good. Great. Um, I'm doing something that I've never done before. I'm canning something, shocker, that I've never canned before. This is called a one pot meal. And every Azalee, Azalea, Azalea. Am I saying that right? I apologize if I'm not. And I don't like, I feel like I got to get really close to the screen because I'm not really getting much light today. And when I back up, it looks like I'm in the dark. So apologies. But I'm going to be canning today, like always. Yay. And this is a one pot meal. And this is called pot roast in a jar. And this is hey Gina.
Uh-oh. Hold on. I need to mute the live on my YouTube.
Hi KK. Azia. Azaya. Is that right?
Hi, China Moss and her healthy home.
So what's going on, Gina?
I'm ready, I think.
You ready?
So I have all my vegetables chopped up. So I have them in a bag here. And then I have the meat and the potatoes in a bowl next to me. And then I have surplus over there.
Okay.
Because I might have bought too much. It said 2 pounds.
Hey,
and that was just for like 2 quarts. And I'm like, I want to do more than that. So I bought 8 pounds.
So we didn't make it to Costco before they closed. So I went to the butcher and I try to only get my roast at Costco because it's too expensive anywhere else. And I got a 3-pound roast for $40.
Ugh.
I know.
I might have paid that for 8 pounds. But I got it at Sam's.
See?
And I just bought it already cut up. I got the stew meat.
Okay.
Because I'm like, it ain't
Makes
gonna matter.
sense. Makes sense. I have everything. I did not prep, or I did not cut up the onions, celery, and carrots. I went and bought the frozen mix.
Oh, okay.
That, and I got my potatoes and I got my roast, but I still feel like, according to the ingredients, that I need more potatoes. At least that's how I felt just by looking at.
I might have too much potatoes, but we'll see.
The ingredients say 2 pounds boneless beef chuck trimmed, but Gina got the stew meat, which if I hadn't been thinking about that, I would have got that myself. 1 cup of peeled and diced potatoes, 1 cup of onions, half a cup of celery, and 1 cup of carrots. Now there's some dry ingredients and the red wine. I'm not doing that.
You didn't do the dry ingredients?
Well, it's salt, pepper, bay leaf, garlic cloves sliced up, diced thyme, and red wine. And I'm like, I'm not doing the red wine and thyme.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do garlic powder instead of regular garlic.
I didn't do the red wine. I didn't plan on doing that either. And I put my seasonings in with my broth.
Okay, that's what I was just about to do with the garlic.
Yeah, and I did do the thyme, and I am going to do some garlic.
Okay. And I grabbed some Lawry's.
I use my blessed seasoning,
Okay.
my Renaissance grandma,
I got to get
because
over there.
I love it. So I use this and a little bit of pink salt and pepper in the
Okay.
broth.
So if anyone doesn't know,
Oh,
my
and some
Renaissance
thyme.
grandma, who is in the gardening community, she has a Etsy store and she's got some wonderful seasonings. So I'm gonna get over there. And I know she's also got some natural like skincare and stuff like that at Etsy. And
Mm-hmm.
what's her name on Etsy? Blessed Bee? Blessed.
Lady Lady V as in Victor collection. Yep. And her seasoning is salt free. Well, most of them. She has a low sodium as well, but I got the salt free. That's what I was using, the salt free, and
Okay.
it's so good.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
really like it.
Let me write
It's
that
all
down for
natural. It uses like dried vegetables, dried herbs, and stuff. Probably from her garden. I don't know.
her.
It's good. It's good stuff.
Okay. You ready to get started?
I am.
All right.
I got
So
my
I've
gloves.
got
'Cause I had.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just saying I got my gloves because I'd be funny about touching meat, raw
Um
meat.
for our hot liquid, we're using beef broth. So that's our broth that we're gonna be using. We're just started filling the jars. I'm gonna
Yep.
season my broth first. I mean I'm gonna put that Lawry's and that garlic in there and stir that all up first.
This time I got my pressure canner warming, so it won't take so long to get to pressure.
Good job.
Hopefully. I have my jars in the dishwasher and they are hot. Woo, they are hot. Woo. I'm gonna take 4 of them out. I'm gonna bring the camera for the laptop down some so you guys can see the jars. All right.
I actually planned for 5. I just didn't know. I didn't think it was a lot to the recipe.
It wasn't. That's why I kind of bought more stuff because I wanted more of them. So I'm hoping I can get 8. I don't know how many jars fit in the canner.
Quarts.
Yes.
I think 7.
So hopefully I can get 7. I think I'm gonna have more than enough for 7.
Okay.
So some veggies in here.
All right. So
And
bring it close so you can see these jars. My camera is not cooperating today either. Hi on that.
hey on that.
There.
All right.
That's as far as I
This
get it.
time I think I'm gonna put the veggies on the bottom.
Have your Bailey.
And it's smart to use the other one.
And they're all crushed up. I'm just gonna drop them in there.
So guys, I have some chopped up vegetables over here, and then I have my meat and potatoes over here. I'm just packing it in.
What are you putting in first?
First one I had put in the meat and potatoes, and then I put veggies in the middle of that and put more meat and potatoes. The
Okay.
second one I did the veggies on the bottom, but I'm gonna throw in a little bit more veggies and then meat and potatoes, and then yeah. I'm trying to pack it down in there real good.
Now, KK, I know you said you've done pot roast before. Did you just do like straight meat, or did you actually put other stuff in there with it? If you're still in the house. Trying to make sure I get it all in equally. Okay, wash my hands. Now that I have all my meat in, I'm going to start with my potatoes because I feel like I can definitely add more potatoes. I've got enough.
That was not smart. I'm getting stuff on the floor. Yeah.
Okay, so that's all my potatoes. Not a lot. So I'm gonna slice up some more potatoes really quick while I'm doing this because I want those jars more full.
Alrighty. If y'all wondering what I'm adding here, this is just some minced garlic. The big thing from wherever I go, either Costco or Sam's Club. Wherever I go, I just get a big one because I like garlic a lot. All right.
Chris, did you hear me tell you hi? Chris is my sister,
What's,
guys. They're on vacation.
Hi, Chris. What is our headspace on this one?
1 inch.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary from
you.
Lake Forest, Florida. What's the temperature right now, Mary?
You know what? I asked you the headspace and that quickly I lost it. What'd you say?
1 inch.
1 inch. Lord, my brain, girl.
Hi, Carbon Q. Chris says, do you cook everything in the jar while it's in the pressure canner? Yes. So this is what is called a raw pack method where we're not pre-cooking anything. You can if I was doing this individually, like just doing the meat by itself or the potatoes by itself, you could still either raw pack where you're not cooking it, but you're adding your hot broth, or hot pack where you are cooking it and still adding in hot broth. What kind of potatoes you got, Gina?
I did red potatoes.
Oh, I was thinking about those.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they hold up. So I was looking at either red or Yukon Gold.
I got Yukon. Um,
Yeah.
I've always just did white,
Uh
but
huh.
I thought, let me try the Yukon. Maybe I'll have, they won't be so starchy.
Yeah, and I did not peel them because I like when I make roast or stew, I leave
Mm-hmm.
the skin on.
Okay.
I like the skin on my potatoes.
I'll be right back.
Mhm. Guys, I'm just adding the broth to it now.
Chris says, interesting. Carbon Q says, I love red potatoes, my favorite. They just get soft so fast. And Mary says it's
Say
80.
that.
What'd you say,
Uh,
Gina?
don't say that. I was hoping the red would take longer because when I cook red potatoes, to me they seem like they take long to get done.
Mary says
Oh,
it's 85 and feels like 97. Wow. It's 71 here.
I'm probably about where
Um,
you are, 71.
Gloria Evans. Hi, I'm from Michigan. I'm Rosemary, your mom's friend's sister. She told me about you. So glad I'm 67 and just learning how to can things. Hi, Gloria.
Hi,
Oops,
Gloria.
I'm gonna drop the potato. So Miss Rosemary is one of my mom's lifelong friends. So you're Miss Rosemary's sister. Nice to meet you. And I'm excited. What have you canned, Gloria? So I'm just peeling a couple more potatoes while I'm sitting here. That's what I'm doing.
We're gonna
Hi,
pray these hold up.
Starduster.
Hi, Starduster. Girl, we over here prepping it another way. Got to be ready in all the ways.
So Starduster, I'm really excited because my husband and I um, just today went to the shooting range for the first time and signed up for classes.
Awesome.
Excited. I'm
Indeed.
grateful to catch y'all live, hooking us up with the great canning videos. Thank you. Gloria says cucumbers for now.
Hey, I got some cucumbers are yummy. Well,
Mm-hmm.
pickled, of course, pickled, but they are yummy, and I like them fresh too. So I eat them both ways. I
Um,
actually had some cucumbers and tomatoes a couple days this week for lunch
that
with
sounds
my lunch.
amazing. I have one cucumber coming up in the garden, and I'm washing it like hourly because I don't want it to turn yellow on me like the other one did.
Uh huh. Yeah,
Because I do want cucumber and tomato salad.
that's what I had a couple days this week with my lunch. It was so good. So, guys, I'm just taking some vinegar and cleaning my rims. Want to make sure it's clean so it seals properly.
Hmm.
Mind you, I'm learning, but I'm just teaching what I've learned.
You got
I'm,
it.
I'm speaking on what I've learned.
I know some people don't use vinegar. They're just like, just with a um, warm towel. But I feel like I'm
Yeah,
messy. I need that vinegar. And I use
yeah,
vinegar anyways to clean with.
yeah. I agree. I think using the vinegar is just a really sure way that you're getting whatever it is off of
Hmm.
your jars. All right, we're done. Mhm.
All right. So got mine peeled. I'm gonna grab a cutting board and slice them up.
Tighten
These
your
are
finger
small
tight.
potatoes. Take long.
Now we're just going to put these four in the canner, which is over there on the stove.
Starduster says I made apple cider vinegar this evening. I gotta get there.
Really cool. You saw me
Hmm.
just pull out a big old jug of it that I bought. I guess I could have made my own.
Yeah, and I like apple cider vinegar. I prefer it when I drink my water. Do you add water or beef broth? Yes, you can add either or. And actually, I only had one thing of beef broth, so I went and grabbed some vegetable broth.
I had better than bouillon.
Okay,
So I just made some broth.
and you can do that too.
Woo, hot, hot, hot.
All right, I'm almost done with these potatoes. Gina Starduster says, "Is that a flat top stove, Gina?"
It is.
I have a
It
flat
is.
top as well.
Which sucks. So I literally just got this last year. I wanted to convert over to gas, and I had like four different people look at it to do it. And whoever had this house prior, where they shut off the gas line, it was just going to cost, it was just too much to try to bring it back to the where the kitchen is underneath in the
Mhm.
basement.
Mhm.
So I didn't do it. I just went ahead and got a electric stove again. But yes, it is the flat top electric stove. And luckily I've canned on it already before. So I know it can hold up. And this is actually my smaller canner. I have a bigger one too. And
Starduster
I've
says,
canned
"I've
in both
used
of them.
mine before too, pressure can, but I prefer gas, and no glass line is."
Yes. Yes. I don't, you know what? I grew up with a gas stove. So when I first got my place outside of my parents' home, I was like, what is this? I don't like electric stoves. And I think that's the reason I don't like them is because I got used to the gas growing up with that.
I
But a
agree.
lot of people got away from it because they are scared of gas. And so most houses and apartments now don't come with gas stoves. So it
I feel
sucks.
like it's a big adjustment, and that's one thing that I always have to remember when I'm cooking just anything. So like you got to
Yes.
see ahead because that heat isn't going to turn down immediately.
And it's worse on a flat top to me because the flat top goes on and off.
Hmm.
Um, it heats and goes down and heats and goes down. It just doesn't, you have to get used to how you're going to make your stuff to make sure it cooks evenly.
Yeah.
And with gas, to me, it just cooks evenly. That's all it does.
Okay. So there's my meat. There's my potatoes, and here's my onion, celery, and carrots in this mirepoix blend.
This is my surplus, guys, because I knew I didn't have enough in this bowl to do all of it, but it wouldn't fit in the bowl until I got most of it out. All right. I'm gonna push some more meat down in there. And when I fill these, because I usually try to lift them up so you guys can see them, so I'll lift these up so you can see what they look like packed and filled with the broth. I'm gonna pray over these red potatoes. After barbecue said that, now it's all in my head that they're gonna get mushy. I hope not. I don't mind if they're a little soft, but I hope they don't get mushy. That flat top was not so bad. You do. I don't have. You know what? You're right. Last time I did, in my larger canner, it's just does it's stackable. It's not wider. Um, the gauge was over where it needed to be, and even with me, I kept turning it down, and it still was like at that high of a pressure. So you're right about that, carbon cube. So this time I'll watch it, and when I see it getting close to where it needs to be at, I'll just start turning it down at that point. Because once this thing gets up to pressure, it doesn't go back down to for me.
My jars are full. I'm going to debubble them and check headspace and then refill if I have
Well, I had just enough veggies, so I got that right.
to. We got a little bit too much veggies in it. There we go.
All right.
How many jars did you end up with, Gina?
8.
8. Okay.
Yes, which I just remembered that you told me it only fits 7. I started to bring out the bigger one, but I was like, as much trouble as I had getting that thing up to pressure, I did not want to deal with it. So somebody might just be up late canning more jars. And it'll be okay. Because this is what, an hour and a half?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. What am I thinking about? Oh, I gotta put the broth in. I'm like, what am I doing?
I'll show you mine.
Turn this off.
We got your beef, potatoes, celery, onion, and carrots in broth.
That guzzling noise that you guys might be hearing, if it's coming back in the feedback, is because of all the um, juice just getting in between those crevices that are open between the meat and potatoes and the veggies. So it kind of bubbles up
Okay.
as it's doing that. All right.
So Lester says, y'all doing it and making me comfortable doing it again. That's what we're here for. I feel like it's so easy. It's so easy. We did sweet potatoes earlier this year. Have you opened them? How'd you like them?
Because that's something I plan on canning. Because I'm growing sweet potatoes, and I have, if I get a lot from what's out there, I'm going to need to can.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Pow Pow, how's it going?
Hey, Pow Pow.
Yes, she said they were good.
Awesome.
Sweet potatoes. All right.
Yeah, I figure sweet potatoes absolutely will hold up because it takes a lot to get those to be mushy. Mm-hmm. What did I do with my...
I turned my stuff on, so I'm just waiting on mine to heat up. She says they season the sweet potatoes when you cook them. That's usually what I do. I really don't season too much. I feel like after the fact, it doesn't carry over as well. I'm pretty good, thank you. What about you, my sweet potatoes? What about you, my sweet potatoes? So, Starduster says she had canned some sweet potatoes earlier this year. So that's what I was just telling Pow Pow what that Starduster has canned sweet potatoes earlier this year.
Yeah.
Hit the like button, everyone. Thank you, KK. And I'm not sure if you heard me or not. I had asked you earlier. I recall you saying that you had canned roast before. Did you just do the straight meat, or did you actually do it like this with the potatoes and everything else in it? Greetings from Italy.
Who is that? Pow Pow?
Pow
Awesome.
Pow. I didn't know you were in Italy, Pow Pow. Thank you for being here with us. Yes, thank you so much for being here with us. Right now, I think we're just waiting on the canner to come up to temperature. It's a waiting game right now. Yes, it is. I feel like this was an easy recipe. Just chop everything up.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was easy.
Mm-hmm. Pow Pow says it's 3:35 here now, and I'm watching your live stream. Thank you so much for being up with us. Patricia, hi Patricia. She says, what canning book or books you use? This recipe is actually from the Ball. One of the dogs.
You know something I did not add? Did you add the bay leaf?
I did. I put that in first. So
I meant to put that in, and I just remembered I didn't put it in the other jars. God dang it!
I was going back and forth if I even wanted it or not, and I'll just throw it in there. I did.
Yeah.
This recipe is from like the 3rd edition Ball book. So there's 3. I have 2 Ball books that I use probably about 85% of the time. But this recipe is from the Ball New Book of Canning or something like that. I don't know. But this meal is they have like a meal in a jar section where it's all stuff like this, where you're cold packing and you're doing it in layers, and then you can just open it up and there's your whole meal. I did purchase the ebook, so I'll probably get some more recipes out of there. But other than that, I use a lot of the Ball books. I go to the National Center for Home Food Preservation, their website, and then I have their book. And I believe the other book I have is a USDA book. Those are what I use.
And also, I like to add that she's been certified in
I'm
preservation.
certified, just so you know.
Just so you
I'm
know, she
certified.
has a certificate. She took a class, got certified, so you could feel comfortable in what you're seeing here.
Mm-hmm. I don't just talk to talk. I walk to walk. Um, Learning to grow my own. Welcome. I think this is the first time we've had you in the live stream, so welcome. We are canning
Yeah,
live
I've
today.
seen
Ever
learning
since
to grow my own in other channels, but I don't think I've seen them here.
okay. Papa says, Carbon Q, thank you. Every country is wonderful. Where are you from? Everybody's saying hi. It's a pleasure, Tia. You deserve it. Thank you. Tia, is that soul food? I'm not gonna call a roast soul food, but I always think of it as like a Sunday type meal, something that you let cook all day
All
long.
day, yes.
Mhm.
And I actually was thinking like of different stuff I can do with this, other than just having it as pot roast. You could make you a pot pie and just dump all the ingredients into a pot pie and make beef pot
Yeah,
pie.
I'm gonna need that video, Gina.
I have a chicken pot pie video on my channel,
And I
by the
love
way.
me some chicken pot pie. Actually, today I was like, okay, if we go to Costco, I hope they got that chicken pot pie.
Yes, I don't know how far back you got to go to find it because I did it a while ago, but I could throw it on my community page.
Okay. Congrats. Thank you guys. Thank you. Hey, Teresa, how are you? Thank So Learning to Grow says I'm watching and learning. Just happened to see this and had to stop and watch. Thank you. So this was a really easy recipe. Everything was a cold pack. We put everything in the jar. So we had meat, potatoes, celery, onion, and carrots. And then there's Gina. Fill it with some hot broth into the canner. It goes. Like it's that simple. This was easy. I will definitely be doing more of these. This was easy. I guess the only thing that I really didn't like was the recipe. I wanted more. The recipe was only for 2 quarts. I'm gonna do all that. Give me a canner load.
And I thought the recipe said it was only 2 quarts. It said 4 pints.
Let me see.
I was like, that wasn't enough.
That wasn't enough. No.
Mm-mm.
And I do feel like with balls, sometimes I have to double or triple my recipes because they a little bit
Mhm.
skimpy.
Yeah.
Hey, Anne.
Hey, Ann.
Our Duster says she loves Popeyes.
Mm-hmm.
So Mary says, I'm a newbie to canning. I'm still learning, have canned a few things and enjoying it a lot. I'm 60. Mary, what have you canned? Or that was Gloria as trying to catch up on the chat. Everybody's saying hi. Is this pressure canning? Yes, learning to grow my own. This is pressure canning. If you are doing Meat or vegetables, those do have to be pressure canned because those are low acid foods and cannot be safely canned in the water bath canner unless you are pickling the vegetables. Then you're adding your vinegar, your acid to it. So these will be pressure canned. Since it's meat, we are pressure canning quarts for 90 minutes and pints will be 75 minutes. Um, Urban Gardening Chronicles. Hi.
Hey, Urban.
Um, she says, I heard you canning pot roast. Is there a recipe? Yes, there's a recipe, and I got it from the Ball book. It was an ebook. Maybe I'll print screen it and share it on my there it is. And share it on my community page. It was really easy. Meat, potatoes, celery, onion, carrots, and beef broth. 5 ingredients. That's five. 6 ingredients. That was so easy. And you didn't have to, pre-cook it and let it simmer for an hour and a half and do that and do that. It was all raw
Wow.
fat. What's our elevation? My elevation, I believe, is like 820 or something.
And I'm right down the street from her. I'm the next state over.
What she used to say. I know I saw someone say something about they wanted to do chicken curry, and I have seen some curry recipes, and I'm interested in that.
Really?
Corn relish, Mary says she's canned corn relish, sweet and sour pork, roasted red peppers, and onions. You can't. Come on now. All that sounds
I
amazing.
literally just watched someone's corn relish video and I was like, I want it. When she mentioned some of the ways she uses it, like for if she makes like Mexican pizzas, but
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like for me, I don't usually make Mexican pizzas, but I like tostadas and having that as like a relish with on top of that. That sounds amazing
Mm-hmm. It does.
because it's
Urban
mostly just
Gardening
corn
Chronicles says,
and
"Oh, I have to order my canning books. I'm gonna go grab my canning books. I keep them all together."
I found my canning book at Walmart. I actually found it where the ball jars were at Walmart. I think it might have been $8, maybe. Great plant. Interesting. Let's see. I want to. Mary, do you have a channel? I love white chicken. I do mine with chicken, not turkey, but I love white chili. And I told TT that I wanted to do that. I wanted to can white chili as well as regular chili. And I wondered how that would hold up. I would love to can. It's happening. I'm gonna figure that out because I love it.
Okay, so here are my books, and I'm actually missing one. I have a USDA book. This is my go-to for everything. My original. I think I got this at Walmart too, Gina. This
That's the one
is
I have.
the Ball Blue Book Guide to Preserving. I say I've got it tabbed. I got it highlighted in there. Some of these pages ain't even in here, right? Like this book, thick and thin. Me and
I
this
want to
book
have
go
me a
way
chair.
back. And then
I'm
I
like,
have this book, the complete guide to pressure canning by Diane Devereaux, the Canning Diva. I have tried a couple. Honestly, I didn't really like it that much. I just didn't like her recipes. Then I have this, which is so easy to preserve, and this is done by the University of Georgia Extension Office, which also runs the National Center for Home Food Preservation. So those two go hand in hand. So this is my jam. And then
Hey
I
TLC
hey TLC.
and Erica, my fly family.
Hi Erica. This is the Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving. This is like the blue book. The first ball book is like the beginner book, and then this is your intermediate book. And then the
Mm-hmm.
ebook, which this recipe is from, is like the advanced book. And like I said, that book is the Ball New something. I don't remember. It's an ebook. I can't pull it up. And then this is my certification notebook for the home food preservation class that I took. And there are recipes in here too. So I got a lot.
Yours is already steaming.
Let me turn it down because that's that electric.
I probably need to turn mine up. Nope, I don't need to turn it up. It's up.
Carbon Q says she wanted to can the curry everything. All right, so I just heard my little knobby thing come up. I call it the nipple. I don't know what else it's called, but it's right here. It's up, and there is steam coming out. Once that steam is out for is a solid stream for 10 minutes. It moved. Once that stream is a solid stream for 10 minutes, then I'll put the weight on, and once it starts rocking, we can start the timer.
Hey Cheryl Faulkner.
Hey Cheryl, how are you?
We are canning up some pot roast. And since I have an extra jar, I'll show it off. uh, now I'm mad at myself that I failed that one because I'm like, you told me 7 and I still did 8.
You can always put that in the refrigerator and maybe put it in the
yeah,
crock pot
we'll probably
holder.
have it for dinner tomorrow. Yeah, dinner.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with some cornbread, just so you know.
I got some ham and beans on the stove back there.
Ooh, yes.
And I
My
haven't
husband
ate
will eat
yet.
beans.
Really?
He grew up
Really?
eating beans all the time, and so he's like, he doesn't want to see beans.
Ever.
I love beans.
Makes sense.
I
I do
love them.
too. So, and I haven't ate. So, I mean, y'all know me. I'm always eating something. So don't be surprised if I pop up with a bowl. Thanks for
Mm-mm.
sharing the books. I definitely have to get them. Do you have links for them? No, but I could put them in the description once everything's done. Like I said, the one book I got from
Hi,
Walmart.
Dorothy.
This book I do know I had to get from Amazon because it was really hard to find. Um, and the other ones I got at my class, but there are links for them.
Yeah.
The National Home Food. I will put that link in the chat. I'm just pulling that up right now.
You made turnip greens,
And
Cheryl?
since we got some time on our hands, I'm gonna pull that screen up. I'm gonna try to at least.
That's
Okay,
the
can you
thing I
see
hate
this?
about my stove. It takes forever for my canner to get to pressure.
Okay, can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the National Center for Home Food Preservation, ran by the University of Georgia Extension Office. It's not just canning, which I really like. It's freezing, dehydrating, smoking, which is a method of preservation, fermenting, and then it goes in a little bit detail with the pickling and jams and stuff. There's no recipes on here, but it's going to give you the basics. If I just want to know how long to can, I don't know, mushrooms, it's going to give me the steps to it. So it's canning is broken down, fruits, tomato products. It does have salsa recipes in there, but it doesn't go into very much detail. When I do my spaghetti sauce, I always reference this. I always reference this because I don't want to have too many vegetables and throw off my acidity. And I don't have like I have I'm trying to talk, but you do have to make sure that like you can't just add everything to it and think it's okay because they are dealing with specific times. And with tomatoes, they're dealing with the acidity level. Some things you don't need to add lemon juice or citric acid, other things you do. So keep that in mind when you're doing salsas and stuff like that. So when I do my salsa, I use this choice recipe salsa. Instead of using like a specific one, or if I'm not using it out the ball book or something, I'll use this choice recipe because then I have a little bit of wiggle room with everything. It just says 9 cups of onions, your lemon juice, and then it also says something about your peppers. And I do know that with peppers, it does is if it says green pepper, you can substitute green pepper for jalapeno. So peppers are interchangeable. But this is like my canning Bible, my canning dictionary. If I'm ever questioning something, I've got this. Now, the book actually goes into details with the recipes and everything. So if you're looking for recipes, it has that. But the website, and then I'll just print stuff off. And I actually have a notebook that I keep this stuff in. So I don't always have to go to the website if I need to. But it's just going to give me the basics. And it does give you a canner load, unlike ball. So if you're doing carrots, it's going to tell you 17 pounds for 7 quarts. You also going to have waste. But if you don't have a lot of waste, if you have 17 pounds of carrots, you're going to get 7 quarts. Ball going to tell you 6 pounds of carrots for 5 quarts, and you're going to end up with 2 quarts. And then it's got your canning instructions. If you're using a dial gauge or if you're using a weighted gauge, it's got all your canning instructions down here. It's got your sea level. It even has a link to look up your elevation if you need to. So check it out. I like that website, as you can tell. Cheryl, I'm gonna can for the first time tomorrow. What are you canning?
This seems to
Congratulations! I want to know what you're canning. Okay. Hi, Dorothy Cox. I'm watching you can so much at one time. I love watching you can so much at one time. Well, welcome, Dorothy. I think you're new to the chat too. What time is dinner on my way? I just cooked
um,
turnip greens. That sounds amazing. First time on here live. Yes, thank you. I appreciate you dropping in and watching us can. Yes, I did with or okra. Sounds amazing. I did a big batch of killer onion soup. TT, I
Hey,
loved when you made your
Tracy.
vegetable soup, 31 jars. Yes. Thank you. That is exactly why I need another pressure canner because I remember I was up all night. But that's how I like to do it. If I'm a can, I'm a can.
I got to get used to this stove. When I
Mm-hmm.
moved it, it feels like it's getting warmed up now. It's not even close to being up to pressure. I don't feel any heat coming up out the top.
Okay.
Ah, this is so annoying.
It's all right. Thank you for all
It's
the
annoying for
information.
me.
So everything's in and not realizing that it has to be a balance. Yes, it has to be a balance. There are some things that I feel like you get some wiggle room on, but other things it's a hard line. Yes, no, you can do that, you can't do that. So mine has been venting for 10 minutes. You guys can see the steam stream back there. So I'm gonna go put my weight on.
Yes, TLC, I got it. But I also got, that's not the same canner. That's the one that's on the stove now is the same one T is using right now. I went and got, is it 16 quart? My other one was
Yes.
bigger.
Yes. Hmm.
And so I forget what I was in Walmart looking for, but I saw that they had it, the Presto 16 quart, and I was like, it wasn't a bad
I
price. So
saw one. I saw one at Walmart for $99 when we were in Texas.
the
And
big
I did
one.
pick it up, but I was like, we ain't got no room in that car. We ain't have no room. What gonna do with a big old pressure can?
Yeah, I was
But I
gonna say 99. That
picked it
sounded like
up.
the bigger one, the one I already
Mm-hmm.
had, because this one was, I don't know, maybe 60, maybe. I don't
Mm-hmm.
even know if it was
Mm-hmm.
60. Maybe it was. I don't know. The 16
Um,
quart. So yeah. But the
so
last
Dorothy
time
says,
I didn't even get the, go ahead.
I was just gonna talk. You can finish. I was chit chatting.
No, I was just saying that last time when I used the bigger one, I didn't even get to canning the things I needed to can.
Gina, did you freeze or did I freeze?
Uh-oh, I don't know. I think it's you because now I can't see your stove.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay. So
Hey
Dorothy says
Mike.
she's in Lake City, Florida, and then we have oh, who's in? Was it Lake Worth? Fort, not Fort Worth. Lake Lake Worth, Florida. So we've got another Floridian. Um, Starduster says I will be ordering that book from their website. I have the Baugh canning book. You held up. Y'all are greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. If you are a diabetic, this soup will send your sugar over 300. Onion is pure sugar. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But it's so good.
I don't
Caramelized
like
onion.
onions. I don't like onions.
So, Learning to Grow says, learning to grow your own. Pop it up. So, is there certain seasonings not to add when pressure canning? Sorry to ask so many questions. I'm trying to learn. I've never done this before, but I have a pressure canner, just not sure of the operate. You're in the right place. You are in the right place. The only thing that I do with seasonings is if it's store bought, I'm gonna check the ingredients and make sure there's no thickeners in there. So if it has cornstarch in there, I won't can with it because you cannot can thickeners. So you can't can flour, you can't can cornstarch. That's the only thing. I make a lot of my seasonings, or I try to get it where if I'm getting garlic, it's straight garlic. It's no words that I can't pronounce. So seasonings are interchangeable, just like with this recipe. I didn't use all the seasonings that they said.
Mhm.
So season to your heart content. Just be mindful of the ingredients.
I will share with you guys one that we found when we did the chicken soup that had cornstarch. is the bouillons.
Yes.
Some of them.
Yes.
I like the Knorr, and I think you also were going to use the Knorr.
I love the Knorr.
Me too. I have boxes and boxes of those things. It's my favorite one. But it has cornstarch in it.
So I couldn't use it.
I would have never known.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. I would have never known. If I wasn't doing it with you, I probably would have used it because I would have just been following a recipe and not knowing that.
And honestly, I'm trying to think. I've seen them where they've said chicken bouillon or something like that. And it doesn't, I haven't seen it then specify, make sure, there's no cornstarch. But just because I know you can't can rice, you can't do pasta, you can't do flour or cornstarch, I'm going to make sure there's no cornstarch in it. So mine is already rocking. It's starting to rock.
Am I freezing for you still, Mike? Hopefully not.
The price came back down. That's the one I have. So I'm gonna go.
I can hear it making a little bit of noise of steamish. It's getting there. I had to move it where it is in the
stove. So I turned it down to like a 2. And 90 minutes. So it's 10:03. It's gonna be done at, I don't know. I can't do the math. 11:33.
Yep.
Okay, I had to write that down. How long have I been pressure canning? I had surgery, a hysterectomy in 17, and I started canning like right around that time. So since 2017.
Is that question for both of us? Because I started canning like 2 minutes ago. I'm just kidding. As far as pressure canning, this is just my 3rd thing pressure canning this year.
And you're doing great.
In the last 2 months. I water bath canned before that. Just pasta sauce and salsa. This year, I've also water bath canned pepper jelly. I did some cowboy candy. What else did I do? I think that's it outside of salsa and pasta sauce. I think. But I pressure canned some beans and some chicken soup.
I went and grabbed this because it went off of it, but Dorothy said unless you are doing pie filling thickener. Correct. So clear gel is the only safe approved canning thickener that I am aware of. So this is clear gel. And you can with this. I tried it once. I don't like it. I haven't used it since, and I got this big old bottle. I'm not sure if maybe I was supposed to add it, like the water, the filling that I was putting it in, if it should have been a certain temperature, but it clumped all up. It was nasty. I never used this. Are both y'all doing pot roast? Yes, ma'am. We are doing pot roast. What's the best for beginners to start canning? Anything to recommend? I feel like if you're a beginner pressure canner, I mean, you got Gina over there who just jumped in feet first.
Don't be me.
I feel like green beans or corn. You can raw pack or hot pack those. I have a couple live videos where I'm canning live green beans and corn. Corn you can either take right off the ear or you can buy frozen corn. Just make sure it's completely thawed. Put it in your jars, put it in your hot jars with some hot water, goes into the canner. Easy. Easy. It doesn't get any easier than that. If you are water bath canning, probably pickles. With pickles, the brine's really versatile. You can do green beans, cucumbers, like you can pickle a lot of stuff. So I think pickles are a great start if you are water bath canning.
I forgot I did pickles as well.
You
Yes,
did, you did.
yes, I did pickles.
Um, Erica, I made strawberry passion fruit jam for the first time 2 weeks
That
ago and
sounds
loved it.
delicious.
It sure does. How long does the canning foods last for shelf life? So Ball guarantees 18 months. So I exclusively use Ball. And that means if you're following the steps, you're doing everything you're supposed to, 18 months. We've opened some things that were as far back as 2 years, but honestly, my stuff doesn't make it any longer than that. I can't say I've got stuff from 3 or 4 years ago because we don't eat it. We don't eat it. Is water bath canning the same as steam canning? Yes, it is. Different, like the steam canner is a different process, but yes, if you have a book and it says water bath can for 20 minutes, you can steam can for 20 minutes. I do know with the steam canner, Anne and Lydia both have one, and I think Her Healthy Home does too. With the steam canner, you can't exceed either 25 or 35 minutes. But yeah, same thing. Y'all are asking some great questions. I started pressure canner on the 4th of July this year. Wonderful. I come on here to stock up on all the info I can. I'm definitely going to start. I know what I want for Christmas.
I see TLC is just as bad as I am. She jumps right in, feet first.
I feel like I did that when I first canned. I always tell everybody I had no idea what I was doing. I had a recipe for homemade spaghetti sauce, and I told myself I was going to can it. And I woke up in the morning and I started making it, and I said I was going to can it. I had no jar. I have no jar lifter. I didn't even have a pot. And I
See,
remember that day I was like, go into Walmart, go into Target, go in here because like I was doing it on the fly. And looking back, I know I jacked it all up, but it was learning. I was learning on the fly, and I
hmm
immediately like had to adapt. But that was the first thing that I ever was a wreck. Um, so Dorothy says, know what you're supposed to add juice, clear gel sugar, but put sugar clear gel in cup mix. Then oh yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I'm bad with the cornstarch though. You know, sometimes you're supposed to like do your little slurry in a cup and then add it. I just be dumping.
I always do a slurry. If you don't do a slurry, you're gonna have clumps.
And that's
I always do a slurry. It's getting there. I can hear it making a hissy noise.
okay. I did
I still
because
don't feel
that
like
was
that.
in 2014 and I still have not water bath. You got a water bath. It's easy.
That's weird.
That chicken curry on my list now. Thanks to Carmen mentioning it and Eugenia saying that you have a video. I want to make some chicken. I want to can, but then I also want to make some. We have an Indian restaurant here, and I love their chicken curry. Love it. For food storage, some people talk about 2 years shelf life is good. Yes, I've heard 2 years, I've heard 3 years. Like I said, mine don't last that long. And we don't just put the stuff on the shelf to never be touched again until an emergency. Mm-mm. We go down there. That vegetable broth that's in there is from the basement. If we're running low on something, go get it out the basement. That's what it's there for.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Ann says it's crazy how we can listen to our pots and pans and know what to do. Yep, you know what that sound means. All right. So caught up on the chat. I wonder if I can find a curry recipe while I'm sitting here. Hey Philip, what's wrong with you? Is Mimi here? Cause he acting like he hears something. Kodak. Oh, she here. He says she here. He heard her. Okay, so in this book, The Complete Guide to Pressure Canning, there is a chicken curry recipe. It says with vegetables. I don't know about all that. I mean, how was work? Pretty good.
I'm gonna send out back because we're gonna go to IHOP in the middle of the night.
I want to go to IHOP in the middle of the night.
Hey,
Indian curry is good, sure is. Okay,
Kodak.
so this chicken curry with vegetables recipe got a little olive oil, onions, garlic, red chop, red Thai curry paste, coarse sea salt, black pepper, chicken breast, chicken thighs, chicken broth, coconut milk.
That's it.
Okay. No, I got caught up on the coconut milk because I was like, is that a dairy? But it says it's not a dairy. Okay, you can't can dairy, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
It even has a tip. It says like milk from the corn kernel, coconut milk is a non-dairy product and can be successfully pressure canned. So okay. Tomatoes, carrots, lime juice, and basil.
Okay. That's pretty normal for the veggies that are in curry. I was wondering what it meant when it said chicken, the curry, and vegetables.
Vegetables. I was thinking like green beans and all types of stuff.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I think I could try this. I want to try just regular curry first, making my own regular curry, and then I think I wouldn't mind trying this, canning it. I saw your face, TT. I make faces, y'all. Teresa, all this curry talk makes me want to get some curry goat. I know.
Hi, Tia.
Hi, Tia. How are you tonight? Curry goat over rice. Come on now. Come on. And how do y'all like it? Do you like it like really spicy or not at all?
Oh, I like spicy.
I like spicy. When I get this place here in town, I usually order like a medium and a hot, and I mix them. But there's been a couple of times where I'm like, all right, I'm going for it. I'm getting the hot, and the whole time,
Uh-huh. Yeah. It has to have flavor though. It can't just be heat. I don't like
it
anything that's
has
just
to be
heat without flavor.
spicy. Erica says spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Mike says I like my lip to sweat.
Then
I
you
do
know it's
too.
good.
My nose start running. So
Yes.
says, me too, Tia. I make faces too. I know you do. Dorothy says mild because my stomach can't handle the spicy anymore. I think I like the spicy, but sometimes that's why I kind of get them both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm
There's a
not supposed.
Thai place here that you can get it. They have levels to the heat.
Oh
There's
wow.
actually one restaurant, it's called Thai 9. And I didn't know the 9 meant that you get your heat level could be anywhere from 1 to 9.
I think we have a Thai place here, and it does that too. But I only get one thing when I go there, and the thing that I get,
Mm-hmm.
they don't ask. But I feel like I've seen it on their menu before.
Mm-hmm.
TLC says Spice
Me
doesn't
too.
always like me anymore. I
See, I love it. Starduster said, I love my spicy heat. Me too. Me too. I've been drying peppers to make my own little pepper flakes. I got my peppers have been so prolific. I'm like, I will be
know.
pickling peppers. I will be
Yes,
whatever I could figure out to do with them. It will get done.
I have some peppers back there too that I was like, I really don't want to pickle them. I just feel like I want a whole bunch of pepper powder. The hotter, the better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've
Dorothy
always
says, where
been
do you
doing that.
live, TT? I'm in Indiana. Good old Indiana.
You make your what? Your pepper, your
Pepper powder?
get them jarred, dried, and fresh. Mm-hmm.
Past 50 things can change.
Yep.
Past 50 things can change. You right. You right. I watched the video where you mentioned taco soup. How do you do that? Oh, that's good. Me or Gina?
I didn't mention. Oh, I've done taco soup. I haven't canned it.
Mm-hmm. That's why,
I
because
haven't.
I've done it, but I don't call it taco soup. I think we call it either enchilada or tortilla soup. Yes, the powder. Starduster does the powder.
She says carries it in her purse. I keep some. I keep some in a lot of places too. I have it at work. There's like 4 of us in our office that likes hot stuff,
Uh huh.
and most of us have gardens, and we grow peppers,
Hmm.
and we make our own peppers.
Hmm.
So if one person run out, I go to another person. You got some in your office?
That's the best though. And Mike said he made onion powder and pepper powder. Ever since then, I have not bought. I did buy some garlic powder just because the garlic at the store to dehydrate it was costing too much. So I just bought like a temporary thing of garlic powder real quick. But I don't buy it. I make it.
Yeah, I didn't do. I have some garlic out there now. It's nowhere near ready, but I will be planting
Hmm.
garlic to overwinter because I definitely want an abundance next year.
I tried that. Kodak got to it. I never tried it again. Dug it all out and was sitting on top of it like what?
Oh, so he didn't even eat it. I was about to say because if he ate it, his
No,
belly probably would have been tore up.
no. He we got it. He was just close enough to get to the garlic, but he couldn't get to the rest of the um. He couldn't get to the rest of the garden because he gets to it. He just digs. The husky he digs. That yard back there is full of holes. So me,
Hmm.
the taco soup. So I make one just if we're going to eat it right now, and I use a like the dry soup mix, and then I just add chicken, salsa, beans, corn, and broth to it. And I do the same thing for when I can it, but I don't use the dry soup mix. I use taco seasoning, but I use my homemade salsa. I use pinto beans, chicken, um, corn. I think that's it. And it's amazing. Amazing. So good. I'll probably be making that here soon.
Thank you, Star. I was really shocked at how well my peppers are doing. Those plants are loaded. And them scotch bonnets, I need to look and see if I can find a recipe to do my own like jerk paste, like the one
Uh-huh.
you buy at the grocery store, because I like the I think it's called Walker Wood
Yep.
jerk paste. I want to do something like that of my own.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, I told you we couldn't find the Walker Wood around here, so when we went to Texas, we did get some, and I got some chicken today,
Really?
and I'm gonna be marinating some chicken because I want some jerk chicken tomorrow.
Did you get the hot one or the melt? Because they have it in melt now, and they didn't used to
I
do
don't
it
even
in
know what
melt.
I got.
Okay.
That's all they had. All I know is that's all they had, and we took it.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go
Yeah.
see. Please do make it, Tia. Yes, I will. Dorothy says, "Have you seen 1870 with Todd Rachel?
Mm-hmm.
They they make all the hot. They make all their food spicy. They always have jalapenos, habaneros in the jar.
Yeah. They that's who I saw make the corn relish. I was watching her video today, and she was making I don't know if the video came out today. It may have came out yesterday. I don't know. But she was making corn relish, and I was like, and she mentioned how she uses it. I was like, oh yeah, I could see putting that on a tostada or something. Absolutely so.
Okay, I have
But yeah.
mine. What? I
Yeah,
have.
the hot one has red around where you see the green on the mound.
Mm-hmm.
It has red around that. Yeah, it's spicy too, but they must have came out with the mild because people didn't want as much spice.
Uh-huh.
And you have to be careful with the hot because the first time I did it, I was marinating the meat in it to put on the grill. Girl, it set my mouth on fire. I put too
I
much
did
in
too.
there. So I had to learn literally, it tells you, I think, a teaspoon. Listen to
Mm-hmm.
what it tell you on the package. It
I
ain't
did
lying.
too. Because Lydia sent it to me. She sent it to me, and that was the first time I ever had it. But it was like she took some out of her container and put it in a little
Hmm.
container, so it had nothing on it. And I
Yeah.
made oxtails, and I just
Yep. Yep.
they was good, but it was too hot.
Yes. It's hot. A
Mm-hmm.
little goes a long way with that stuff. And I
Mm-hmm.
told you that the a Jamaican on YouTube is who suggested it. He was doing a recipe for the authentic
Uh-huh.
recipe for it, but he was
Mm-hmm.
saying like if you want to go skip all this, and there's the only one that he liked that you could find in stores with that one was Walkerwood. And at
Mm-hmm.
the time they didn't have it in my stores, but I could find it on Amazon. So this was many years ago. But then they started having it in one of the stores here. I saw it one time and I was like, I just started grabbing it almost every time I went.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really the only one in the house that likes heat like that.
Okay.
So just like I'm the only one who does the beans, like it's all for me though.
Where's
I'll
Mimi?
take it.
I'm gonna ask her if she wants some ham and beans. She'll be like, no.
Oh, I
Mimi,
love beans.
come here. Mike says, Gina, he saw your Scotch bonnet in the garden today. Get it,
That
girl.
one that was blushing just a little bit, it's blushed way more. You guys can't see it because of how I have the camera set because I was trying to hide all the crap I have over there on that counter. But most of my stuff I harvested is over there. So there's a couple Scotch bonnets over here
I got
that have
something to try over
completely blushed.
there. Go look at
They
this.
are completely red now.
Mhm.
So,
Oh
and
wow.
those seeds that I showed you, Tia, I have 2 bags of those seeds, and that came out of 2 peppers, two
Wow.
Scotch bonnets. The amount of seeds that you can get out of these are it's just ridiculous. So
And they're
next
not
year
even that big.
they are not that big. So I will have seeds for who knows how long. Who knows how long?
It's food.
So if somebody wants some Scotch bonnet seeds, email
What?
me.
Is this ham and beans?
It's in my
Is this ham
about
and
my email
What's this
address.
ham and beans?
And I will send you
You don't want that?
some.
No.
Scotch bonnet seeds because, yes,
What's different this time?
you get quite a bit out of a pepper.
Just taste it. You might like it. No, when have I
See you,
ever?
Starduster. Thanks for stopping in.
Bye, Starduster.
I love her channel. Do you go over to her channel? Have you seen her garden?
I
Okay.
have. Is it good?
Yeah. I wish I had as much space as she has on
I
her
know.
name.
I just got Mimi, and I was like, Mimi, go look what's in the pot over there. She would have got a spoon. She said, what is it? What is it? Is this ham and beans?
Hey, Mimi.
She tasted it. At least she tasted it. She still says she didn't like it.
Oh, I love it. I want
Mm-hmm.
some smoked turkey though. I want to make those red beans with some smoked turkey.
You know
Because I
what?
told you.
Yesterday, I told Marcus I wanted some red beans and rice, but by the time I came home and everything, I was like, nah, I don't want none. So we didn't have any of them.
I hope it ain't nothing going on, nothing wrong with my pot. I can hear the boiling of the water inside of the pot, but I still don't have any steam coming out that I can
Uh-huh.
see.
Has the little nipple thing came up?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so it might just be heating up yet. It's not. It's the pressure hasn't built up yet.
Okay, yeah, it is. It's heating up.
Okay, okay. And remember the last time we had trouble seeing your steam.
But that was my other one. This is the smaller one. You
This is the
would
one
think
that's
it,
supposed to act right.
and then on top of that, I had it on the stove heating up well before we started. So it would be already, the pot would be hot already.
Up under there?
I heard it was this.
It
Okay.
ain't cooperating. It's the stove though. I know it's not the pot. It's my stove. And
Okay.
it's just I got to get used to where to have the pot at to get it because I had to move it, and that's when I finally heard it warming up.
Yep.
So
I'm just
yeah,
wondering.
I think
Yep. You can put that on the tile or the carpet.
yeah, it's getting there.
Cheryl Faulkner says I'd like some of those seeds.
So sure, go to my about. That's where my email address is. Email me. I'll send you some. I definitely will.
I hear people say jelly beans. What jelly beans, girl?
What did Urban say? Somebody said laugh out loud, Urban. What did she say?
Jelly beans?
Urban, watch them seeds. Girl, trust me. I had on gloves. I don't trust them Scotch bonnets. I had on gloves. I was so scared because I think I don't know, but I think Scotch bonnets are hotter than habaneros. And habaneros is probably the other only pepper out there that's like really hot.
Mm-hmm.
Jalapenos to me are not that hot. Serranos, I mean, they're hot, but they're not like
Not that hot.
the habaneros. I don't play with habaneros either. So I think Scotch bonnets, you let me know, Urban, but I think Scotch bonnets are hotter than that.
Now, see, I've never had a Scotch bonnet because we ain't got them.
I haven't either. I can't find them in stores. But
Nope.
I know that they're used in the jerk seasoning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But like when I try to do jerk authentically,
Yeah.
I couldn't find Scotch bonnets. I don't know. I've never checked because at that time there wasn't a Whole Foods. Like it was a long time ago when I made my own jerks marinade or whatever. But I could not find Scotch bonnets. Didn't even know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have my own seeds.
Dwight. It's Dwight's cooking show. He does the Scotch bonnet, and sometimes he'll just put the Scotch bonnet in his food. Like it's not cut, it's not open or anything, but it's all the time. And I'm like,
that's probably a Jamaican thing. Urban probably does that because she loves Scotch bonnets. Mm-hmm. She probably just tosses it in there. Probably no big thing. For me,
does the flavor come? Are you getting? Is something coming out of it?
I never used the fresh ones. This would be my first time. I've only had them, like I said, in that Walker wood.
Uh-huh.
I know it's in there. It should be anyway.
Teresa says those Scotch bonnets look big, amazing. And Dorothy says,
That
Homestead
plant did
Heart, I
well.
love her canning shows. Red beans, 5 red beans,
Oh
7
yeah,
turkey. Yep.
I love Homestead Heart.
Mhm. Mhm. And that's how
Yeah.
I do my red beans with the sausage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she has a lot of canning recipes.
Mike says, burn yourself with them. I put habanero whole in food. You get flavor out of the heat that way. Oh wow! If you cut it too hot, like, is there certain things you put it in though? Like the next time I'm cooking something, should I try putting one of those peppers in there? Homegrown are hotter. I did not know that. You find at the stores. I just drop
I
mine
would
in
believe that.
down when it cooks.
My jalapenos to me are hotter than the store bought ones.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was gonna buy some today. I was in Aldi. They're just too big. Like those peppers that they have now, they are huge. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, that ain't right.
I
That
have
ain't
some
right.
seeds, and it's called giant jalapenos. I didn't. I felt like they didn't get that much bigger, but this,
Mhm.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what this is.
That looks
It's,
like a chili pepper.
and
That's still.
I was just gonna let it go, but then it started getting wrinkly, and I didn't want it to fall. And then when I came back, it was all nasty, so I took it.
Yeah, it looks like a
It's
chili pepper. Yeah, the chili peppers are hot, but I believe that they're definitely hotter homegrown. I was like, I didn't want those though. I was gonna make some more of the cowboy candy,
hot.
and I was like, I started because I was gonna buy 2 bags of them, and I just put them back because they're only like they were less than $1 for a bag
Mm-hmm.
of jalapenos,
Oh.
but they were just giant. They were huge. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, why are these peppers so big?
Mm-hmm.
That it didn't look right. I left that right in the store. I was like, I'll just have to go to the farmers market and get some
Mm-hmm. Mike
because I
says,
have a bunch out there, but I don't have enough to do the two things I want to
I
do.
thought about, because I have Hungarian wax, and I didn't want to pickle them, but I did think about the cowboy candy, but I didn't know how it would turn out. Mike says, like, if you make stew, I drop a habanero in there whole, fish it out whole. Gotcha. Gotcha. Bye, Mimi. Teresa says, you got to work tomorrow?
At 4.
So you going to come back and get the car?
I'm gonna do it on the phone.
Oh, all right. Bye. Teresa says, if you have a Caribbean grocery store in your area, they might have Scotch bonnets. That's where I get them. So I didn't think we did. And when we went to Texas, we went to a Caribbean grocery store, and that's where we got a lot of the stuff. But I forgot that my sister, one of her good friends, is Jamaican. And my sister said that she goes, there's some place here in town that she goes to get her jerk stuff and stuff like that. So she's going to ask her for me. So I'm like, I don't know where it's at. It ain't showing up on any of my searches.
Yeah, I don't know where any are in my city. I know where the Asian market is, but
Yeah, I know where the Asian market is. We used to have a really nice, like, Jamaican restaurant. It wasn't a restaurant. It was kind of like, it was a restaurant. But I don't think they're open anymore.
we have a couple of them here
Mm-hmm.
that are good.
All right, is yours venting?
It still hasn't vented, but I hear the thing, you know, rattling. That's why I
It's
keep looking back because I can hear it doing something, like it's like it's about to pop.
Now remind me, with the one you have now, you said it's rattling. Is that the weight, or is that the gauge?
Oh, this is the weighted one. This is like the one you're using.
Okay. So you have to let it vent for 10 minutes before you put your weight on.
Right. The
Okay.
weight isn't on it yet.
Gotcha.
I can hear. Well, maybe I'm not hearing what I thought I heard because I just heard it make the noise again, and this thing ain't doing nothing.
Uh-huh.
Where it vents, but no, it hasn't popped yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
But this, I can hear the steam. I can't see it. I think
Mm-hmm.
because of my lighting,
But
I can
you
feel
can.
it.
I
I
saw
didn't
you
even
feel
get
it.
close, and I can feel it. But yep, I just have to remember where I have it sitting at now, because I think the problem is I don't have it sitting on the eye just right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to get it right on there.
Yeah.
I feel like my old stove, I would have to turn it all the way up, and it even just water bath canning, it just took forever. With this one though, it don't take that long.
Yeah. This one is all the way up right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. It makes me want to get a new stove, and this is a new stove.
Don't you get no new stove.
Uh,
You just have to mentally adjust to it. Start your stuff early.
I thought I was like, I'm gonna be ready this time. It's been on the stove, it's been warming up. I was like, I'm gonna have it
Uh-huh.
already
Yeah,
done.
you said that.
It's just always something. It just won't let
Mike
me be
said he
great.
made a beef stew and bone broth pressure cooker video went up this morning. I had to check that out,
Nice.
Mike.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Mhm. I'm not so scared of the pressure cooker anymore.
Uh, but yeah, I have to check that out. I didn't see it.
Mm-hmm. I haven't been on much today. Not even like
I haven't
keeping check.
either. I spent like a couple hours of my afternoon trying to figure out Nightbot.
Wow.
It's a lot. Urban told me to go check out Devil Dog because he does a video showing how to do it. I set
Mm-hmm.
it up, but I think that I can't be the person to test if it's working or not.
Gotcha.
I was trying to test it, and the words that I put in to to make the stuff pop up wasn't working when I tested it. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess I might have to go live and
I was just
test it
thinking
that
that
way.
you're gonna have to just do like a random live and
That's what I think. Yeah, I
Dorothy
tried
says
to do
try
it
an
myself.
Amish store. They make lots of things, homemade herbs, mints. Yes, I have an Amish store close
I
to.
do too.
I have an eyelash that hurts, and I cannot find it.
Actually, they're not Amish. I thought they were Amish. The one I have, I thought was Amish all this time. I think they're German Baptist, but they have all that
Okay.
stuff, and that's the butcher that I go to. I love it. Everything is organic. You can tell it's organic. You can absolutely tell the difference
That's
when you
awesome.
truly eat meat or buy meat and cook it. That is organic. Let me tell
Mm-hmm.
you,
And
you
that's where
can
we
tell.
have a butcher actually just right around the corner, and we go to them for almost everything, except for the things they don't carry. But we do have an Amish store, and usually every Saturday we hit them up. They have so much nice stuff, so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Urban. That's what I was thinking. I was trying to cheat and do it myself.
Mhm.
So I didn't have to be on
Mhm.
live trying to figure it out if it was working. But I'll do
Nope.
that. I'll just do a
That's
live to test it. Yeah. It's wait a minute, did it pop? No. I can hear it going though. I can hear the steam.
it shouldn't be too much longer.
It shouldn't.
My,
No.
my
But yeah,
eyelid
so
suspect, y'all.
I might do one tomorrow, maybe early tomorrow, just do a live just to see if it's working.
Just
Because
hop on.
I did a couple commands. I did the joke one, so I'm gonna see if that one works. And then of course I did the one for people to drop their links.
Uh-huh.
And then I did another one, the buy me a coffee one, but I because I have a buy me a coffee, but I've never went to make sure it's actually working. So I need to check that too.
What is Buy Me a Coffee?
It's a way for people to, it's almost like the super chats, but
Okay.
it's not, because it's not through YouTube. So there's not, I don't think anything gets taken off of the top of whatever the person decided
Nice. Yes.
to
Try
do.
that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I saw Urban what was probably giving you issues with Nightbot today, where the all caps thing was a issue and the emojis. I disabled all those things because there's you. So that might be what you have to do, is go in and disable that, because it was putting people in timeout.
Wow.
David Corey he was picking on Nightbot, so Nightbot kept putting him on timeout. And then Badass, because his name is all caps, everybody who spoke to him ended up in timeout.
Nightbot was cutting up.
He was cutting up. And Urban was like, I don't know what's going on with Nightbot. And usually that doesn't happen, because I'm in her lives almost every Saturday. So it was just a mess today. But David was just picking with it. He kept doing it on purpose. He was just talking in all caps for no reason.
Yes, Mike says David lives in caps. Yes.
Yes. Urban, don't forget to go over there and check out that resin I was telling you about. It is beautiful. The countertops.
Mm-hmm.
He had other resin stuff he did, but even the countertop was beautiful. Yeah. It's getting there. I can tell. I can hear it.
All right.
But yep, I know what we're having for dinner tomorrow.
we still having ham and beans, and knowing me, I'll probably get up first thing in the morning, put that soup on the stove, just let it simmer all day long.
Yeah. Have you ever tried let me see if I have it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yes. The famous Dave cornbread.
No.
It is so good. The difference to me with this one, I like Marie Callender's too. Because I used to only do Jiffy.
Yeah.
And I Tia and Tamara Mowry, the twins actresses. Tamara's husband was doing lives during COVID, cooking like dinner, just their dinners. And they used this or the Marie Callender's. They have both of them. And they ran it and raved about how much better it was than the Jiffy or whatever. Wow. And it is. It is a little sweeter. This one is probably the sweetest. I didn't like this one as much. I did like the Marie better. But it's really good. It's really good. So I probably have that with my soup.
But I do have this, because I was like, if I'm going to start my diet on Monday, I'm going out with a bang.
What's that? Oh, no.
German chocolate cake.
No, ma'am. No. You heard me tell Lydia I don't like coconut.
You did.
When she was making that cake, I was like, I told her how to fix it, but I don't like coconut. Yeah. I was like, make you a glaze, put it on top.
I will kill it by myself.
See, I don't like coconut. I don't like onion. I'm just that person. I'm that person.
Urban says, yeah, I'm up late watching videos and finding that curry chicken recipe. I know
what curry chicken recipe? Share it when you find it.
Let us
Seriously.
know.
I'm serious. Yes, share it when you find it.
Cheryl says, y'all have me excited to pressure can tomorrow.
You should be excited, Cheryl. You said what you were. What she said she was canning? I done forgot. What did you say you were canning, Cheryl? You said it. Oh, was it just canned meat? Was it chicken? I I forget. Tell us again.
Should we go again?
No.
I forgot what you're canning.
I forgot to.
I do want to do some what's the cornbread
Gina, what's the
name?
cornbread name again?
Famous
Famous Days.
Days.
I think we
And
have like a Famous Days recipe.
this is yeah, it's a restaurant. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But we don't have that.
We don't
in
have it.
store.
We don't have the restaurant here. I've seen, I know that they do. I think he does. He's known for like his pickles and stuff, but I don't like it. I had bought it because I thought they were good, gonna be good because it was spicy. I didn't read the whole thing. It was a sweet pickle with spice in it. I don't like sweet pickles at all. I
Cheryl
was
said
like,
chicken
"Ugh."
breast and eggs.
Mm-mm.
That's right.
No.
That's right.
No, ma'am. But the Marie calendar is good too. I really like that one. And the Marie calendar is easy.
Did cornbread.
I didn't either. If I'll tell you, if Tamara, her husband, hadn't mentioned it, I wouldn't even know. But I used to watch their videos because he be cooking, and they just be eating like stuff like we eat. So it wasn't even. I mean, some stuff. Well, it really was just normal foods, and they be cooking. They don't be eating out here in these ritzy restaurants. Her and her husband be cooking.
Mike
he
said
loves to
Famous
cook.
Days started here in Minnesota. Okay, Mike.
Oh, okay. Tell them don't make those pickles no more. No, I'm just kidding. I know somebody likes them. It just ain't me.
Somebody likes them.
Mm-hmm. They known for it, but the cornbread is good. He has a jalapeno one too, but I've never tried it. There's a
I haven't tried
jalapeno one.
jalapeno cornbread until we went to Texas.
I've never
good.
had it.
It was good.
I've
And they
only
did
known
like little muffins.
Yeah. See, I've only had cornbread sweet. I know that like the old school, like my mom, she would make the ones that were like the it's almost like a pancake, thick pancake. They call it like
It's like the Johnny cakes. Is
like
that
a
what they're
hot yeah, like a hot water cornbread.
called? Yes.
I don't like it.
You
And they
know,
love it with beans or greens or something.
my grandma used to make them, and I remember I used to put syrup on it and kill it.
See, that's probably what I would have to do because they're not sweet at all.
No, they're not.
That's why I didn't like them.
So Cheryl's
I was-
canning my leg keeps falling asleep.
Did
That's
I
why
miss it
keep
again?
picking it up.
Chicken breast and legs.
Yep.
I thought she said chicken. As I was thinking about it, I said, did you say chicken? I remember seeing something about chicken.
Mike likes sweet potato. Jalapeno cornbread is delicious. Put teaspoon of sugar or honey to compensate for the heat. Okay. I've never tried making it.
I never heard of it until I saw that it was one of the ones that he had. Famous Days.
Tia says Maria C does cornbread like I'm on a first name basis.
Y'all on a first name basis. That's right. Yeah, she does cornbread though, and it's good. And all you gotta do is add water to it too. It's nothing to hers. It ain't like Jiffy in this one where you gotta do the egg and milk and water. It's just water. You going back down?
I'm here.
It's just the just water on that one. I had one, but I gave it to my daughter because she was gonna
Yeah, so I
had gave her a jar of the chicken soup that we canned on one of the lives, and she was making chicken and noodles, and I gave her my Marie calendars to make cornbread with it. She liked the chicken soup as well. I just told her to make her some chicken and noodles with it.
Mm-hmm. I did grocery shopping because I said that I'm not this week. I'm gonna make sure I cook, But I got some more bread so we can make some ham and cheese sandwiches and that chicken and noodles. I'm gonna have to make some more chicken soup because it ain't
Me
gonna last.
too.
It
Because
ain't gonna
somebody
last.
should have told me that I shouldn't have made them in pint jars and should have made them in quart jars, like they did.
This toy box up there.
But me thinking I needed to make them in pint jars, nope.
You know what? I did like the pint jars because I took those to work.
I was gonna say they're great for if you, yeah, if you
Yeah,
having it for yourself.
but here
But
at the
when you're
house,
making
oh
it for
no,
dinner, yes,
we need a quart.
yes. So that's why I did not do that same mistake this time. I was like, no, I wish I could have done them in half gallon.
My vegetable soup I do in quarts, but my mom, who loves the vegetable soup, she's like, I need a pint. I can't finish a quart because it's just her.
Yeah,
So I will
yeah.
do a couple quarts or a couple pints for her.
Mm-hmm.
Cheryl says
I'm
she
gonna need
got
to
quart
get more
jars. I
quart
know that's
jars
right.
because I have plenty of pints, but I don't have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
quart jars. I
I like.
probably only have 24 quart jars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna have me looking for cornbread. Tia says she wants some cornbread.
Get you some, Tia. That Marie Callender's is really good. I ain't gonna lie, I like hers better than the Famous Dave's. Not that his is not good, but I like hers better. I do. And I say get them both. That's what I did. I went and bought them both so I could
Yeah.
try them, see which
Now
one I
we
liked the
only
best.
have Jiffy, or I can't remember the name of the. It starts with a K.
Oh, Crustays or
Yes,
Crustos or something like that.
yes, I
Yeah,
do like their cornbread.
I've seen that before. I don't know if I've ever had their cornbread. I've
Hmm.
used their pancake mix before.
Okay, I think we
They have a
have too,
pancake
like
mix.
waffles or something.
It's only because it may have been on sale or something more so than the
Yeah.
other kinds. But now I just
Hmm.
get a big thing at Costco or Sam's Club.
Hmm.
I don't buy
Well,
little packs anymore.
we have Jiffy, and I think it's just something that I stock up on, but it's not my go-to. I don't really like Jiffy that much.
Yeah. And we don't eat cornbread very often either, but when I do eat it, I want a good cornbread. I still haven't put out my bread maker either. I need to do that. It's still in the box.
Get it
Maybe make.
out.
I need to. I keep saying I am, and I haven't. Every Sunday, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make some bread in there to have with dinner.
Hmm.
Ah,
Hmm.
okay, I'm trying to think of the channel. Is it called My Empty Nest or something like that?
I don't know.
I forget. She did a video on how to make homemade bread, and it's simple. It was so
Yeah.
easy. So easy. And it
Mike
wasn't in a
says
bread
I
maker
recall
either.
the name of the cornbread mix. It's good. Then he says it's gonna bug me all night. Cheryl says she's not much of a bread eater.
Me neither. Me neither. I will
If
have
I'm
it with certain stuff though, like certain things. I think it goes with like stew or roast,
Yes,
pot
yeah.
roast, um, something like that. But no, I don't even have a loaf of bread in the house. We don't. None of us are bread eaters
No, we
like
only
that.
get bread when we specifically I want
Me
sandwiches or
too.
something. And now I like that they do the half loaf, and
Me
that's what
too.
we do.
Me too.
That's all we do. Don't get
I
it
made
mixed.
burgers for dinner. I had to literally go to the store and get
Yep,
funds to have burgers because
yep.
they're just, yeah.
Let's figure out. Teresa says chicken soup flies out of the pot around here. I know that's right. It's so
Hmm.
good.
It's so good. And you need to share the noodles that you use for yours because I would like to get those. You said you do
Okay.
the
Oh
thinner
yeah, they
noodles.
little. They
I would
little.
like to get
That's
those.
because with Campbell's, I like Campbell's chicken noodle soup, but I don't like those long noodles. I get the
Hmm.
little, and I even asked Mimi because I always get the cans confused. These some little noodles I like. Yes, mom. like the little noodles. I will though. I can only find them at Meyer. So next
Oh,
time I go,
okay.
I'll have to pick some.
Okay. And they're where are they?
I
Oh,
I
are
can't
they
think of
pretty much
any.
where they sell the other noodles?
Yes, with the
Okay.
pasta. I'm
Okay.
gonna look it up. I forget the name of
I'll
it.
look for them because I have a Myers. We have about probably 5 or 6 of them in our city. They're
Oh
everywhere.
wow, you think you have more?
Myers are pretty common here.
I'll get my phone.
Oh, with extra cornmeal. Interesting. If I use Jiffy, I put regular meal in it. So y'all both do that.
Yeah, but I'm good.
I never added anything to my Jiffy. I just could do whatever the box says.
Is it still hot, Marcus, or gotta heat it up? Okay. Okay, thank you.
So that thing is sputtering all that water.
Cheryl says, Mike, we on the same page. Is there something you don't like to can or don't recommend to can? I think mine is probably potatoes. I've done it, follow the instructions and even giving them, additional rinses because the starch in the potatoes and the water always looks murky. And when I take them out, they're just really, it's like a glob of starch. Don't like canned. I don't like only canned potatoes. Now I take those same potatoes and put in my vegetable soup, and I got no issues with them. But that's potatoes. But those were white potatoes, and I heard that reds and the Yukon Goes have less starch. So maybe I'll try it again. Just one jar though.
Oh, that sounds good, Tia. I think I've done when I make corn pudding. I'm trying to think of if I use. I think I use. I haven't made it in a while, but I think I use the Jiffy. I think I do.
I
I
think
don't
my
remember.
father-in-law has done that.
Yeah. I haven't made it in a long time. My mother-in-law loved it every time. She would have me make it almost every time we come over for some, but because of the panini, I don't go over there as much because her and my grandmother live together and she's 95. And because I still live in this world to go out to work and all that, I don't want to accidentally bring anything in there. So we haven't had any get togethers. But I think I used Jiffy when I made my corn pudding.
I like the little noodles too. Yeah. I also like the tiny shells. I can't find the tiny shells. I have looked for them.
Oh, I like the alphabet noodles.
I
That used to be my favorite way to eat chicken noodle soup.
don't think I've ever seen that.
Campbell's has an alphabet one. Yep.
Hi,
It did
Mona.
pop.
Bless you.
So I'm on my 10
Bless you.
minute 10 minute window.
Okay.
Hey Mona. Y'all see how Tia do us? She told us about those beans and ham. Now she gonna just have the beans and ham while we're like over here starving.
I had to,
No, I'm not starving.
I had to eat. It was
You're
11 o'clock.
fine.
We did. No, I made lunch. We had lunch. Bless the sneezer.
I thought I
Yeah,
heard a
see,
sneeze, but I couldn't tell what I was hearing.
that was Marcy.
I'm about to stick this in the fridge. That's gonna go in the crock pot in the morning.
Mm-hmm. And you do you still have some surplus? Did you say you still have some?
Uh-huh. I'll probably have plenty of surplus
Mm-hmm.
leftovers from that. Um, and the upside is I had a whole nother thing of celery and carrots that are in my fridge, so I already have my vegetables to go in there. And the onions I used today
There you go.
were the ones from my garden, and I have plenty more onions from my garden.
I need to put mine in the back in the freezer while I'm thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot.
Oh, excuse me. Mm-mm-mm.
Marcus, is that the TV? Heard an alarm going off. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's the TV. So I have exactly 30 minutes left to go.
Yeah.
So what do you think for next week? Maybe water bath can something?
We can. I think now that I know where I need to have my pot for the other two, I'll be fine with either. Because I had it pushed too close this way, it wasn't getting all the heat from the element. Ever since I moved it, I've been hearing it doing something the whole time. So
There you go. You had to get her just right.
I just got to get used to it. But yes, we could do something water. Let me think. I got plenty of tomatoes to do pasta sauce. Did we do pasta sauce together?
We have not.
I didn't think so. I thought I did the pasta sauce I have done already by myself.
Mhm.
I have plenty. I have about three freezer bags in my freezer of
Uh-huh.
tomatoes. I have tomatoes that are ready to go into my freezer right there. And then I have them in my windowsill in my kitchen and the windowsill in my office.
Everywhere.
They're
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Okay, Ann Jr.
That's where I got it from. I saw Ann had all those tomatoes. I was like, oh, I never thought to put them in my office window too. I was just trying to stuff them all in my kitchen window.
I ain't got no safe window seals.
So they're everywhere. Wherever they can get some sun, they are there.
I'm like, that's why I can't grow anything because of Kodak. Kodak be
Yeah.
on these windows. He will. You pull up. He looking
Yep.
and follows me until I go in the garage.
Yep. That's what my dog used to do. I would see her nose in the blinds. Yeah. Looking to see who it was. And she could hear us down the street because I could be
Yeah.
here and my husband could be coming home and I would know my husband's coming down the street because of how she would be acting. And I'm
Kodak
like,
did
how
that.
did you know he was down the street coming?
Kodak did that. Mimi had the truck, and my truck is a little loud.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no idea, but he just started acting weird. And I like got up and I heard something. I was like, "Is that my truck coming down the street?" And you hear and know that that's her. And like even just now, because he was just kind of going to all the windows. And I said, "Is Mimi here?" And Marcus said, "No." And then about a minute later, she pulled up in the drive, and he was like, "Yep, he heard her."
See? It's funny.
Now
I
he's
knew the
supposed to be a
gardening.
watchdog, though. He don't bark.
The timing of seeding and planting is a go. Yes, Tia. I am fairly new myself. I'm in my second year of gardening. And even with this year, I feel like I'm still learning about the timing. So I use a notebook and I'll be writing down like how stuff did. Um, last this year, I did things too early.
Mm.
I started seeds indoors in March, thinking I was going to be able to transplant in April. It snowed and froze. We had
Yep.
frost and all that up
Yep.
until when they told me that I should not be trying to put things outdoors, which is after Mother's Day. So this year I know better. I will not, I will probably start indoors in April to transplant in May.
Mm-hmm.
It is a glass top stove.
But mine is a glass top.
Oh, I still got 2 minutes. Yes, it's a glass top. And this is not the first time I have canned on it, Teresa. And that's my smaller canner. My other one I've canned with as well, and it holds twice as much as this one, and it's been fine.
Mine is a glass top too, but I was already canning when we first got it. So I do remember that I went to the Samsung website and specifically looked up like the specs and everything to see if it was okay for canning. And it was. They said it was.
I'm making this face because on site, Mona, on site, she says she starts her seeds in January. At first, I was like, "Hi, Texas."
I was gonna say, do you
On
remember
site,
seeing Texas?
gonna rub it in my face,
Mm-hmm. Had to do that too
girl.
for hearing.
You probably could drop seeds all year.
Mm-hmm.
They did get some. You guys got snow. I don't know if it was where you
Was
are,
the year
Mona, but I
before
know
last?
Texas. I think it was the year before that. And they got snow. Mother Nature was not playing with y'all.
Y'all got snow. Y'all got Indiana snow.
Yeah, they got real snow. Mm-mm.
I know this past winter. No,
I think
it
it
was like
was the year
January.
before.
It was January here for the first time. I've
Mhm.
been at my job 16 years. For the first time, they were like, okay, we're going to close at noon and we're not going to
Mhm.
be open tomorrow. We're going to come back the day after. And all my staff got excited. I was like, this happen all the time. This ain't going to happen for another 75 years. Next year, y'all going to have to shovel yourselves out like we always had to. Don't get excited. They do not close for some snow.
Listen, I'm telling you, we didn't even close for the panini. We
No,
did
no.
send most of the staff home, set them up to work remotely. I may have worked remotely 1 week, and it was the worst week of my life. It was too hard to do. It was just too hard.
We did not. I work at a doctor's office, so we were still open. Only thing that they did was they did cancel elective surgeries for about 3 or 4 months, but they still did emergency surgeries. So because of that,
Mhm.
it did slow down. My staff, um, we hadn't implemented any type of working from homes, but we were able to give everybody like a half day, and they got paid for the other half. But with me
Mhm.
being a supervisor, I didn't get to work from home because who's going to supervise the staff in the office?
Yep.
So
That's
I
why I
don't,
don't
I
work
don't. If
remote.
I work from home, it's usually because like I'm writing evaluations and I just need privacy and stuff. But I don't work from home because my staff,
Same.
75% of my staff are still in the office.
Yep. Same. That's why I don't work from home. It was like, yeah, you could work from home. Then it was like, but I need you here. So
You know what?
I
Though
just work in the office.
I don't like it. I don't like working from home.
I
At
don't
work,
either.
I have three screens. I'm doing all the work. I'm like doing the doctor's schedules and I'm doing this and I'm opening up reports at home. I'm on the laptop. I don't like it.
Same. I'm the same way. I have several screens in my office, and at home I'm on a laptop, and I'm like this, and
Mm-mm.
I'm toggling at home when I could just look to the other screen.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I
Mm-hmm.
hate it.
I don't know
I
why.
hate it.
Mm-mm.
I
Like I said,
hate
I
it. It's
only
so
really do it if
annoying.
I'm writing reviews, and then I'm not in any other program but like Word, and I'm just typing.
Hmm.
But I don't like
Yeah,
it. So you said, where are
yeah.
you, Tia? Are you talking to Tia Drum or TT Tia? I think you're
I think
talking.
Tia Drummond. What did she say? Right? But I also think that the weather has changed. Thanks, Gina, for that. We'll keep
Yeah.
better notes as well. Yeah. Yep. I had to get really I had to pay attention to that because I dropped watermelon seeds in March indoors. And them plants got so big I had to put them outdoors
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
April. And I was like, I'm just gonna pray that they okay. And I had bought these little plastic domes at the Dollar Tree that protect it. So
Uh-huh.
I put that on them to kind of try to protect it from the frost. And at first, they looked like they were dying. And I was like, we're gonna just let it do what it do. If it die, it
Hmm.
die. If it don't, and they didn't. And I have watermelon now, but it took forever.
For the first time ever, I called myself doing a spring garden because I said I wanted to be like Andale and have the big, beautiful cabbages. I was like, I can only do that in the spring here in Indiana. So I did cabbage and collard greens, far as the eye could see. Ain't nothing come up until the summer.
Yeah,
Nothing. I got
yeah,
three cabbage back there out of all of the stuff that I put down. Three
yeah,
cabbages.
yeah. My collards have taken off, which I kind of show a little bit in the video I put out today. Um, they're even bigger now. That video was filmed. I think I said what day it was. I think that was the 15th or so.
Mm-hmm.
It's even bigger now. Mind you, those collards been in the ground since April.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
My cabbage
The
is up. I
bugs
mean,
been
it's
eating
out
it, and I
there.
just been letting them because I'm planning on dropping new.
Yep.
I have collards indoors right now going, and I have my broccoli started indoors. Broccoli takes forever, and I don't know if I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna get some broccoli heads before we get a frost. I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
I have a one of those greenhouse tent thingies. It's not the greenhouse ones that you use to put stuff in. It actually goes over the bed. It's 4x4,
Okay.
so it will fit over one of my beds. But I think I'm just going to use the framing, and then I'm gonna put just netting over the
Mm-hmm.
framing, the mesh netting.
Mm-hmm. I
That
wish I
way,
had a well, I'm saying I wish I had to did that for the cabbage that I do have out there.
that's the only reason why I'm
Now
doing
that's
it is to keep those butterflies and moths off of my
yeah, right.
breast.
Yeah, them butterflies. That's butterfly food right now. It's it's
They
it's
be everywhere now. I see them all the time in my garden.
mhm. You see, I ain't did one garden video. Mess out there.
Ah, Tia. Ugh. Ugh. Did you see where Tia lived?
Florida
Oh,
90.
ugh. We over here in sixes. What's yours, Tia? Are you six? Zone
Six
six as
B, I
well?
think.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
6A.
Okay.
I don't know what the difference is between the two,
I've
but
heard for Indiana, like I've
and I
heard
think
it's
you said
two
you're
different.
closer to Cleveland than I am, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
and I think they're also 6B.
Okay.
Cleveland is. Mhm. So it might be because you're closer to the water.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. We get some lake effect here.
Because Cleveland is closer to the water. Yeah,
You got your weight on?
I do.
All right, now you coming right along.
Yes. I didn't adjust my weight though. I probably should have. look that up
Mm-hmm.
because I don't. It might be what is it, 15-pound weight?
You
I
don't
don't know
need
if
it that high.
I needed that. What do I need to take the weights off the things off of it?
No, not if it's rocking because you're gonna lose your pressure.
It's not rocking.
Yeah, but I don't want you to lose your pressure if you take it off.
Okay. Okay.
We just gonna watch. We gonna keep an eye on it.
Okay.
Um, Tia says I still have 3 collard trees growing since March. I had a collard tree out there, and that bad boy grew for, I kid you not, 3 years. 3 years. It was
Wow.
just this. Last time we got off of it was the fall, and it died after that.
Tia,
Count
it's all jealousy. She said, now, ladies, be nice. It's all jealousy.
Not really much difference between 6A/B. Cleveland is both A and B, depending on if you're on the east west side. 7B, all the rain we getting is killing my garden. Mm-hmm. Wild Tia, you can drop some seeds whenever you want, pretty much.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Similar almost to you, Mona.
Yeah,
Which you get maybe a month that you can't.
that's it.
If so, do you know what the difference is, TLC, between A and B? I mean, why it's a difference between the two? Is it the water? Because I think
Right.
TLC is Cleveland as well. I think. I think you're. I think she's Cleveland. I could be wrong. Are you Cleveland, Cincinnati, Columbus? I know you're not
One of
Dayton.
those.
I know she's not Dayton. I would know that. I would not forget that. Annette, you're Florida too?
There's so much rain. Yep, she's Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland. Okay. Yeah. I have family in East Cleveland. And I don't know where my cousin moved to. She used to be in Euclid, but she moved. So I don't know where she's at now. I have a lot of family in Cleveland. My mother's father's side mostly resides in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm. Is Chewy
Ooh,
outside?
ooh. It be cold where you at then when it get cold down there at TLC. Ugh. That's what I hate about Chicago. When I have visited Chicago, that being close to that water
Yes.
is for the birds.
Yes. I love Chicago, but that water at night, we went there on we go a couple times a year, but the first time we was on the water was our honeymoon, and we went at night to see like the fireworks. I didn't watch no fireworks. I was all up under my husband's shirt
Hmm.
because it was so cold on that water.
Yes,
I was like,
yes.
never again.
I
Never.
only like the food in Chicago. They can keep their traffic and they can keep their cold. I'm like, the way they drive down there, they aggressive.
Oh, I won't drive. I love
Chicago
driving.
makes and I can hang. Don't get me wrong, but Chicago
Mm-hmm.
made me ready to ball up and cry. They
Yes,
are aggressive.
I can hang too. We
Ugh,
drove. That's what I told Marcus. I was like, I can be a truck driver because I ain't got no problem getting on the road, but I will not drive in Chicago. That is
they
where
are just
I'll
aggressive.
drive to Chicago, and then it seems like as soon as you get to the loop, they lose their mind. I won't do it, but we
I
love.
I agree. I agree. I had a friend who she was in the military and she came out when she was in Ohio and we worked together and we got we became good friends and her family was in Chicago. Well, she at first she was going to stay here, And then she was like, she just really needed to be around her family because she had a little girl. So she moved back home. So I went and visited her a couple times. And every time I was like, girl, I can't do this. Like I
Yeah.
was shaking and everything on the highway. Those people was they was messing with my nerves. And I was in my 20s back then.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, mm-mm. No, ma'am.
But we do love it. And as a matter of fact, if we go to the casino, which is only about a half hour from Chicago, if we go to the casino, because sometimes we'll spend the weekend there, on our way back, we gonna detour to Chicago, grab
See,
some food, grab some popcorn, and then head home.
see. Mm-mm. I cannot do them. And I actually, all the times I had went there, I never tried pizza there. Actually, Chicago was the first place I tried Jamaican food.
Oh wow.
That was the first place I tried Jamaican food. My friend was like, "Do you like?" She asked me, "Did I like Jamaican food?" And I was like, "I don't know." And we went to a restaurant, a little kind of hole in the wallish type restaurant, and it was so good.
Mhm. We gonna
I
look
had
for
some
it.
jerk chicken. I had
Mhm.
some recipe, some cocoa bread.
Mhm.
So good.
We'll look forward to next time we go. Then we'll have to look that up because we've done.
Mhm. I don't think it was in Chicago, the actual
Mhm.
restaurant, because she didn't technically live in Chicago. She was in more of the
Yeah.
suburbs. But we did hang out in Chicago when we went. We went into the city,
And
but
that's what we've done before because hotels there do cost so much and parking costs so much.
yes,
We've just
parking
stayed
is
in like
ridiculous.
the
Yeah.
suburbs or the outskirts and then caught the train to
Mm-hmm.
Chicago back and forth every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, we love it. All right, I got 10
Mm.
minutes. I'm gonna move my beans so when those get done, I can change them.
Tia Drum Gold. You definitely should do a garden. There is so many content creators in your zone on YouTube. You definitely find some people who can give you some tips, even dealing with the fact that it's raining so much.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so many.
Because really, the some of the stuff that's probably going to be most that you're going to have more issues with because of the rain are like tomatoes. If you do melons, too much water. Those things require a lot of water, but too much water. It's like a happy medium.
Feel like
I've been happy that I haven't had any splittage on any of my stuff. I did have one of my cantaloupes start to split,
I
but that
feel like
was me
with my
watering.
cucumbers. It's like just leave it out there an hour too long, one drop of water too much, and it's done turned yellow.
Zucchini. Leave it out there an hour too long, it go from this big to this big
That's,
in the
that's what I
blink.
do. I keep
Like you
checking
can
on my
go out there in the
zucchini.
morning and then you go
Mhm.
back in the afternoon and you like, what happened and how?
Now, I've
Yeah.
told you, the neighbor on this side has a chain link fence. And if I catch them, I'm going to ask because it's some type of cucumber. I can tell it's some type of that. But there are a couple on my side of the fence. And I'm going to tell you, I'm out there every day trying not to look, but I'm looking like I'm eye hustling. I'm like, let something come up over there. He can't reach it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Tia, you right. The hole in the wall spots have the best food.
The best.
A lot of people on different platforms always say like the worse the service is, the better the food is. Like they you go in there, there ain't no niceties, and they know, hi, how are you today? It's like, what you want?
Stay behind a
You know,
plastic
you know
thing.
the food gonna be
Slide your
good.
money
You know the food gonna be good. But
through.
yes,
Hmm.
them be the best ones.
They do. They do.
That's right. Allnet is in the same zone as Tia, I believe. And Allnet has content. Tia, let us know if you have a you have a chat. We know you have a channel because you're on here, but do you have content on your channel? But yeah. I watch tips from people all over Florida,
Yeah,
Georgia, Texas. I see what everybody's doing.
I'm looking at it all.
And sometimes I won't make myself think I can't do it. I'll try it anyway. Just like watermelon. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do watermelon. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do
Hmm.
corn. And both of them were successful. I don't know if with watermelon, I enjoy doing it, but watermelon is invasive. It's
Yeah,
invasive.
yeah, I
It's
can
a
see that.
hog. Like, it's a hog. It takes up a lot of space because of all the vines. It's not the melons themselves. You just have a lot of
It's the
vines.
vines. That's how I feel about some cucumbers. And right now, I'm letting it do its thing. And I
I
know that
trellis that.
the I don't have a trellis. Don't ask me why because I got them. I just didn't put it out. But I
Yeah.
noticed that the lawn person he kind of put it on the like put the vines like back in the garden. Don't be putting my vines. I pulled them back out, stretched them across the yard.
Mm-hmm. I I trellised up my cucumbers this year just for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so they will vine up everywhere. I missed something.
Tia says no, I do not have
Um,
content. Cheryl says doing chicken legs and chicken breast and legs. I think that might have been a repeat.
oh wait a minute. Tia has gold melon growing. Gold and gold melon growing. She said one's pollinated and one was attacked by worms, which yeah, they bugs and wild the well, I don't even want to call them wildlife. The squirrels and the creatures of the world are just disrespectful.
You know, I like what Broke said. He was like, them bugs spend 24 hours a day trying to figure out how to eat your food. We work, we do everything else. It's okay if they get to it. I'm like, thank
No,
you.
it ain't.
I feel like, thank you. I hope that's
No. Wait till it's done and ask me if you can have a piece. I'll share. Cause they don't just take one.
oh
They be
no,
messing up half of your crop.
it's over. It's over.
I did 17 ears of corn. I ended up with 3. I don't appreciate. If it wasn't the squirrels eating it, it was the bugs that got into it.
I think greens in the cabbage family also do well with a lot of water. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know about watering. I know they like the cooler. Gina, do you know?
I think
Anyone know?
greens in the cabbage family also do well with us. I don't water my greens a lot. No, I don't think it's necessary. I had a green one plant from last year. I started it last year, right going into the fall. It didn't die until late spring this year, and that's just because I stopped doing anything with it, and I didn't
Mm-hmm.
water it that much.
On that says you have to plant some to share with the bugs and the birds. You got to
That's what
factor
everybody
them
be saying.
pieces.
You know what they can have some of my peppers, my hot peppers. They don't want that.
Cheryl says, what about crackling cornbread? I've never heard of that.
I haven't either. Tell more.
I like crackling.
Say more
I ain't never
things. What is that? Tell us more. Say more things. Crackling. Do you mean with cracklings? No, it can be. It
I'm
can
not eating
be.
cornbread with crackling.
No,
And I
I like
eat crack.
crackers. I
I
was
was
gonna say I
saying,
like
crackling
crackers.
before. When
I
I
grew up
learned they were
eating
low on
crackers.
carbs, Oh, give me more.
I grew up eating them as a
I
kid.
did
We used to
too.
get
I did
crackers.
too. I
Hmm
actually right
They're not
here.
even as good as they used to be. They used to be harder. Now a lot of times you bite into them and it's kind of soft. They let it get all the way
Yep.
crackled.
Now the butcher store I go to, they make them there, and every once in a while I'll get a
Okay.
little tub. But then I have to turn around and season them because it just be like it's bland.
Yes. I think the brand we
Crackling
used
in
to
the
get was it
cornbread is
called Papa
good,
John's or something.
huh?
But we loved it. I we used to get the bag that it was like a red bag. It was the hot ones. I like the hot cracklings.
Mm-hmm.
But I can eat the plain ones too. The ones that's just salted.
Yeah, these ones from Kroger, and they're usually I usually get them when they're 10 for 10 because they're pretty small, but it's red pepper. I love them. I
So you
love them.
put crackling, and are you asking or saying that's how you do that on that? You put crackling in the cornbread?
That's Mona says crackling in the cornbread is good. You put
Hmm.
crackling in the cornbread batter. No, they must share. Squirrels took the corn to harvest for themselves. And I had deer come in my
I
garden
have
years ago.
never heard of crackling cornbread. Yeah.
Right off top of my pepper plant. The green
The
was
upside, Cheryl, when you get more jars, you don't have to keep getting more jars. You just have to keep replacing this.
mm-hmm.
So your beans and jars will last you a long time.
On that says yes, inside the cornbread. You know what? I'm for draw the line. No, I don't
Does
want
it?
it. I don't
You
want
know what it makes me think of because of the fact that it's crackling. It's just pork fat. Is that it's going to give you the taste of having bacon in something. That's what it makes me think. Is it's going to be like having bacon in it? But I've never heard of that.
no, I'm not eating it.
That's a
No.
southern thing. It has to be. Y'all down south.
I don't like certain foods touching. I don't want my cornbread on my crackling. I'm not eating it.
They're not technically
Nope.
touching. They're married. They're together.
Nope. Nope. I'm done.
It's like a casserole. They're like together. It's like
You
pot
know what
roast. They're
though?
just together.
I'm real picky. I don't like all casserole because of that. Like, nah,
My
no, that's not.
youngest, I can't do casseroles with her because of that. She will eat.
Mm-hmm.
She can eat everything that's in a casserole
Yes.
separately, but
Yes.
once you put it all together in a casserole, she's like,
Mm-mm. No,
"That's
I
not
won't
it."
do it. Okay. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna pick it apart. I'm gonna push all the rice where it's supposed to go.
A deer come in my garden years ago and bite the tops off pepper plants. I wish they would come and do that for my pepper plants. They'd be sorry. The
I'm
green
too
was
much in the
in.
city to get deer out here.
Yeah, I have deer near where I'm at, but and I've been told that they can jump my fence, but I have a 6 foot privacy fence. But I've been told they can jump that, but they haven't. I
Now
hope they
I'm not
don't.
too far from my work. I'm only about 10 minutes, and we have deer there, but there is more of a wooded area. And I'm gonna say maybe about 3 minutes down the road, there's more of a wooded area. Where I am,
Mhm.
they ain't gonna get this deep.
Yeah, yeah. My neighbor across the street from me, they've been in their yard,
Oh wow.
but they don't have a privacy fence. They just have a regular chain fence. So I just hope they don't take that jump, that leap of faith.
Oh no, you keep putting some good stuff in that garden. They're gonna smell it.
I hope
Ernest
not.
says I don't eat it like that, but I know people that do. And Teresa says, "Come on, TT, be adventurous." Nope, nope.
I would try
enhancement.
it. I would try it. I
I would
I'm
try it.
willing. I'm willing to try things.
My
I don't know
tribe
if
would
I
be
would
this.
like it, but I'll try it.
Marcus would be like, try it, just try it. Nope, don't like it. Nope, nope. You ain't even taste it. I tasted enough. Will not do
I'm
it.
like that with some stuff. My daughter loves sushi, my oldest one, and I'm like,
Oh, I love sushi.
although I was in Aldi today and saw some sushi that I bought for myself, and I was like,
Oh,
it
wow.
actually looks good.
You know what? Kroger, they make sushi fresh, and we will eat Kroger sushi. Like if we just on the fly need something real quick, Kroger sushi is it.
This was a frozen one,
I ain't
but
never heard of no frozen sushi. Okay,
this is
crab
what
roll.
it
There
looked
you go.
like. I don't know how it's coming through, but it's
Yep,
a spicy crab roll. Yeah,
I would be on that.
and I'm gonna try it. I figure it says you can microwave it, which I don't. That doesn't sound good to me. Or you can eat it room temperature, or you can water bath method it. Whatever, I have to read what that means. Oh, submerge sealed tray in cold water for 30 minutes. Cold
Well,
water.
you
I
said
want
to
this
go eat it.
warm. So that ain't gonna work. It's gonna be warm. I'm probably gonna end up putting it in my air fryer. So maybe let it go to room temperature and then put it in my air fryer for a few minutes.
Gita, if you go try sushi, you need to have like real fresh sushi.
Now, I've tried that. I don't like it.
Yes,
This
Father, we
only
do
looked
love
good to me because it was crab and it was cooked crab.
Yes, no, we will. We very
And it
rarely do
wasn't
I
raw.
make sushi where it's raw fish. It's usually cooked when I on the ones that
Yeah,
I
my
try.
daughter is usually cooked. She does hers with she goes to it's a place here called Fusion, and
Okay.
you tell them what you want and they make
Mhm.
it that way.
Mhm.
But no, I'm probably not gonna like it. It's probably gonna be a waste of my money, but it looked good in the moment, probably because I was hungry. And you
And
know how you know to
at least
shop
you
when you're
tried it.
hungry.
Yep, on that says fresh is better. Your face.
I'm probably not gonna like it.
So see,
I
I'm
can
the
see
type
that
of person
now.
where I'll
I
buy
see,
some and I'll
I
think
see
I
the
won't
aura.
like it. We are having a
Yeah.
thunderstorm, so I must go. Not trying to get a lightning strike in the house. Thank you, Cheryl. Be safe out there.
Yes, be safe.
Be safe.
I'll see you in these YouTube streets. She be everywhere.
Oh, I think I hear yours back there.
Oh, it's been going for a
Okay.
minute.
I
Yeah.
think I just couldn't hear it because mine was going too, but I hear it.
Ah, yeah.
Teresa said we all
I
love
wonder if
sushi
I
in
should
my
turn
house.
it. You
I
think
think
I
it's
should turn
good
it
for
down
me.
some, or should I let
What
it
number do
be?
you have it on?
I got it all the way up.
Yes, turn it down because it's got to go for an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's already been going for like probably 20 minutes or so.
Let me tell y'all, I want to see what this looks like when it comes out. I need to hurry up and cool down. Teresa said I've even made my own. We Marcus and Mimi have made sushi, and it was good. I haven't, but they have. Yeah. Good night on that. Thank you so much for joining. I know it's late. Thank you.
Good night on that. I'll see you as well in these YouTube streets.
We gonna all go over to Gina house when she do a live to test Nightbot.
Yes. What, tonight?
No,
Oh, I was about to say, I wasn't prepared.
wait a minute.
I wasn't prepared. I'm trying to mess with that stupid thing. Let me tell you, first of all, if you search it on YouTube, how to set up Nightbot, there's a couple of Americans on there, but most of the people on there are not American. And not the fact that they're not American. That doesn't even bother me. The part that bothers me is that they're not even speaking in English. You don't need to be American, but I need you to speak English because that's my language. I was listening to a couple of them, and I was like, this don't sound like, oh, they're not speaking in English. I couldn't find one, and then I sure can, and Dale, and then I was in Urban's live, and she said Devil Dogs helped her. He had a video that specifically is called helping YouTubers set up Nightbot. So, and it was pretty informative too. It was he touched over most of the stuff that you do on there that most people are doing.
And I'm thinking about making this cake, but I can't find my cake sheet. All I got is bundt cake, so I might have to have a bundt cake.
You gonna make it in the bread maker, or just make it in the pan?
I'm gonna do it in the pan, but I can't find my That's what I'm saying. I think I did something in one of my pans because I can found it in a couple months.
See,
but I know I got the bundt pan back down there. I'm not doing cupcakes. I know that. That's too complicated.
Yes, and Dale, you're right. It does sound like gibberish, even when it's in English. Because when Devil Dog was explaining it, I had to rewind several times before I understood what I was. And I'm not even, like I said, I need to test it. I'm not even sure if it's right yet. I'm not sure. We don't know. So if I did, kudos to me, but I don't know. And I do like how on there you could do giveaways. You could set it up. Like I've seen people do that, like where the Nightbot actually does, like it's, if you have everybody put in whatever, something, a word or a hashtag something, Nightbot will cycle through all the names and pick a winner. I like that because, you want people to know it's being done fairly.
Yeah, I like that. Teresa says, sounds like a steam engine behind.
It is. And I turned it down a little. I'm probably going to have to turn it down again. The thing about mine, it seems like once it reaches pressure, no matter how much I keep turning it down, it's not going to stop doing that.
I was just going to ask, what number did you turn it down to?
8.
Because I had mine on 2.
Actually, I have it on 7. I have it on 7.5, so I'm gonna take it down a little bit more. Because I remember with the last one, it never did go down.
Yes, Mona, you do need to go live one day. It's fun.
She does.
And Ann says, I'm doing that on Tuesday. It's still confusing though. You're using all right,
Ann. I'm hoping that I'm be able to pop into that giveaway because I'll be at work and it all depends on if somebody's in my office asking a question when I'm trying to do my giveaway live. They always interrupt me when I'm trying to do my YouTube stuff.
They always, because I'm at work too. And that's what she said Tuesday. I was thinking, do I got a meeting? What I'm doing Tuesday? But actually, it was Friday, and I was running your videos. I was running Nikki's videos, and I had them all turned down low. And I had put on a podcast over it, so it didn't just sound like a bunch of voices talking. And I'm showing someone how to do something. He didn't have a login. So I was like, well, come over to my computer. We'll use my login and I'll show you how to do it. And he's like, what is that? And I was like, oh, I suppose like I'm running their videos and blah blah blah. He was like, can I hear it? So I turned down my podcast. It was just blah, 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 blah. He was like, how do you get anything? Oh, what it was slowing my computer down. He was like, why do you have a lag on your mouse? I'm like, that's because I got 10 tabs of YouTube over here.
Yeah.
How you get me good? But look, I'm showing support.
Yes. That's what I'll be doing. I had yours and the OCD-ish chick running Friday. Literally, I started actually Thursday night. I went and checked in the morning. They were still running. So it never did try to like pause it and say, are you still watching or anything like that.
Okay.
It continued to run. And then when I got home, it was still running. It was still running.
It might be my laptop because I have two laptops. I usually do it on both laptops. But when I got home from work yesterday, I closed the older laptop and I just had it on my newer one. Mm-hmm. And it ran actually until I went live today. But I was like, it ain't glitch. It didn't freeze.
That's
like,
my newer one. My older one would have stopped. It would not have been nonstop. Mm-hmm. This one does. It ran when I got home. It was on like your video number 122. Mm-hmm. That's what it said in the thing. It was on 122 out of the 300 and something videos you had in your.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. When I get off of here tonight, I'll bring everybody back up. Mm-hmm. Clear my history and start all over again.
Yeah. That's exactly what I be doing. Mm-hmm. I'm like, because I know you are really close. So I'm like, I've been running it to try to get you over that hump because you were down to needing what 100?
400. I was at 36, and then I was 35, and then I went to 36, and then I went back to 35, and now checked yesterday, and I was at 36.45, I think.
Okay. Yeah. We'll get you there.
I just heard something pop, and I thought it was my little nipple thingy go down, but it wasn't.
So okay.
The jar broke.
I hope not.
I don't smell anything.
You been running this too, Endell? We're going to get her over that hump. Because I'm further away than Tia is. So I'm like, let's get her there. I'll get there. I'll get there in due time. But I'm not that close.
We go get it. I got you.
Mm-hmm. I know it's going to get there. I'm like, I'm okay. It's going to get there. They're going to make me work for it. And it's all good. I'm going down another couple notches. I told you they're going to start once this pressure is up. I can smell the spice a little bit.
Have you checked in the monetization tablets? It's different than analytics, but we lose hours every day. Yes, I've always checked the monetization tab, and it wasn't until Brampton said that she was checking both the analytics and I was like, oh. And on the analytics, I do have much more. I'm still not at 4,000, but I have much more than the tab.
Yeah. I always check the monetization. I'm glad you said something, Anna, in your video the other day about the when you did the AdSense. Now, my channel used to be monetized, but I had left YouTube for a little bit, probably about a year. So I just came back. I have been gone for a year, and then I came back what was it, maybe March of this year when I started dropping seeds. I don't know. I just heard it slow down. I was gonna say, what the heck? So when I came back, it wasn't immediately, but shortly after it had, they told me my watch hours were not high enough for my monetization. So I had lost my monetization because I hadn't been putting out videos probably that prior year. So now I have to work back to get that.
Oh.
But I'm hoping that one thing I'm gonna pay attention to though, because they did also just recently, it took like probably, actually it was just recently, so that would have been back in March to now, for them to close out my AdSense thingy, my information there. And they sent me like an email about it or whatever, because I still wasn't back up to being monetized. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure that they don't.
Answers. Hey y'all, talk to me before you fill out your AdSense. I messed mine up. Yes, I talked about it on my live the other day.
Yes,
I did not catch that on your live, and I did have it on, but like Gina says, probably the one time they're like, "Oh, your door is cracked open this much. It must be time for you to come in and talk."
Yeah,
I'm trying to ignore you
because it's just like I heard. I think it was Jesse who said it. Like, why would it default to business when mostly everybody on YouTube is not on there as a business?
Okay, I did hear that.
That's just tricky business.
I realize what it was in reference to, but I remember that part now. Business over personal.
Yes, and that's just trickery. They know that people probably aren't going to catch that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? On the back, I just noticed on the back of the box, it got all the things that they make.
Oh,
those nasty pickles are on there, but they make a barbecue sauce and they make seasoning, and that green box on the end is the jalapeno cornbread.
I feel like I have seen the seasoning now that I'm looking at the bottle.
I think I've seen the seasoning too. It just caught my eye. I had the box to the back of it, and I'm like, what is that on there? But yeah, I'm definitely going to watch for that when that time comes, because sneaky business. And the fact that you had to cancel or shut down that and do it all over is another thing that's just BS.
Yeah.
They should have a better way of fixing that.
And since when I researched it, there were dozens and dozens of people asking the same question I had. Wow.
Yeah.
And you would think if it's a problem, why not try to fix it so it's not a problem anymore?
Sneaky business. Sneaky. I don't like it. Not right. I ended up turning it back up because when I turned it down, it was like really slowing down. So I might have to go in between the two.
Yeah, you'll find that sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
But I did hear, I don't know if I've seen it in writing, but I think that I've heard someone say like it should only rock about 4 or 5 times a minute. Mine do way more than that.
You said you're going to run what?
It should only rock about 4 or 5 times a minute.
Oh. Okay.
But
it's
like,
definitely doing more than that.
Yeah, me too. But I'll have to look and see if it's actually in writing anywhere. I was just looking at this. I have a package of thighs. I have like a big package of thighs, a small package of legs, a small package of wings. Can I use all of these?
Excuse me?
What? No, no, I don't need to use all of this.
I thought you heard me when I said the first time. What did it say on the back of that thing? I
That's
think
what I
it
was
says,
looking. It didn't say.
I know it says. I think it says something like a teaspoon per
Okay.
pound or 2 teaspoons per
It,
pound.
it says tip 1 ounce jerk seasoning to 2 pounds of meat or vegetables. I thought that was a tip because it says tip.
You
Okay.
about to be, that was going to be unedible with that whole jar.
I was. You saw me. I was sitting here looking. I was like, okay.
No, ma'am. Now, because you got the mild, you might be
Uh
able to
huh.
do an extra little, because I just stick like, if I was doing probably 2 pounds of chicken thighs, I
Uh
would
huh.
do maybe a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons of that marinade, and
Mm-hmm.
I put it in a freezer bag and I'll swish it
Yeah, when
around
you got the gallon
and I'll
size.
just let it sit.
Mm-hmm. And that's
Yeah,
all you put on it.
I might put a little bit of salt, but not much.
Okay.
But that's it.
Okay.
That is flavorful.
Okay.
That is flavorful. How are you
Uh-huh.
gonna cook it? Because that matters too.
I don't know. I was hoping that Marcus would put it on the grill, but it's been raining like crazy, so that's probably not gonna happen. So I'll just probably just throw it in the oven and bake it.
Okay, I would say if you're gonna bake it, I would probably just if it was 2 pounds. Well, you said you're doing some thighs and wings and something else.
Mm-hmm.
Then you probably still be okay with 2 tablespoons for all that.
Okay.
But you kind of, you know how you like your meat to look. So look at how the seasoning is coating your meat. You just
Uh-huh.
don't want to have too much on there. Like you don't want it too heavy.
Okay.
It's very pungent. It's very flavorful.
Okay.
So a little goes a long way.
Um, well, they do get to keep the money that way. So anyway, I learned a very good lesson.
Yeah, because they kept her money. She didn't get the money she had already earned because she had to do everything over.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Yes, we have. Yes,
Dang.
she we have, and she's having a ball.
She really is.
And it did. She sent us a picture yesterday of her spreads for the tacos, and she baked some cakes too. It looked
Mm-hmm.
really nice. It did.
Mm-hmm. And she looks good. She looks so good.
She did.
I remember the cornbread mix, Yannaran's honey, but I've tried that
Oh,
too with the
I
honey.
haven't tried
Mike,
Zatarain's cornbread, but
Mike
I
was
use
at going
Zatarain's
to bed
everything.
until he figured that out.
I
Mike
love
said it was a
Zatarain's
lot for him all
everything.
night.
Zatarain's knows how to make it well, but it's New Orleans style. It's Creole. It's good. I like their dirty rice. I like their jambalaya.
I do too.
Um, it's something else that I bought recently from. I like their fish fry, but it feels like it's something else I've used of theirs
I
recently.
have the dirty rice, jambalaya. We really like the dirty rice. They got
Yeah.
a cilantro lime rice that we even like.
Yes, I like the cilantro lime rice. Actually, theirs is my favorite of the different brands that carry a cilantro lime rice.
Yes,
Theirs is my favorite.
yes, because I don't like them all.
Yeah, yeah, but I
I
like
can
that
smell
one.
that. It smells like pot roast. I smell it now. I'm like, oh,
Did yours
I want,
drop?
huh?
Did it drop finally?
It dropped. I opened it up, but I haven't peeked yet.
Yes,
I'm, a, I'm wait, but I want to see what it looks like.
yes. Because I ain't gonna hold y'all while this is going. Mine got a ways to go.
I want to show y'all though. I do want to show what it looks
Yes.
like. Let me just make sure ain't no jars break. maybe not. The water is oily, which means I have had some siphoning, but I don't think anything broke. I don't know what that popping noise was. I'm just kind of lifting them up. Okay. None broke. I know I heard them. None broke, so that's good.
Good.
I'm gonna let it cool down a little bit before I take it down. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
there's definitely some like grease in that water.
Yeah. I think that I always have something in my water, even when I water bath, because I think that I'm always scared I'm going to tighten it too much. And I think I'm not tightening it even enough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
I
but
always
do, and I'm like,
it's not sealed when you put it in. You know, it's not sealed. It's not sealed until it pops. So you have some overflow. In my head, it makes sense to have a little bit, just not too much. Like I said, I know if while it's cooking and I smell it, either I know something has gone wrong inside the jar or inside the canner, or I ran out of water in the pressure canner. And I can usually tell too because then the rocking will slow down. It'll slow down by itself. And I'm like, I done ran out of water. If I only got 5 or 10 minutes to go, I'll just kind of monitor the rocking. But if I'm just getting started, I know it ain't gonna last. Like I did meat once. I'm like, it ain't gonna last for another hour. That water gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's usually when I keep it up high and all the water evaporates out of it. Okay. I always have something in my water too. Yep, Ann.
Yeah. I always do because I'm like they're like finger tight. So I don't want. I'm always worried I'm going to do it too tight, and I don't know. And whose finger tight? Because somebody else's finger tight will be different than my finger tight.
Marcus's finger tight is different than mine.
What was you canning yesterday, Ann? What did you can? She said she almost ran out of water in her yesterday.
Yeah, you be getting nervous. You be like, keep going. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what were you canning, Ann? Tomatoes?
I wouldn't think so if she almost ran out of water.
Water, yeah, you're right. I think we should do a canning, just tomatoes, just like diced or whole, and get Ann to come on up.
Ooh, yes. Broth. Turkey and turkey broth. Yes. Now that's some good canning.
And that's a great idea for any leftover turkey. I always feel like no matter what, I'm going to have a bunch of turkey. I just am. Even if you make turkey sandwiches or whatever. But that's a really good idea for any leftover turkey. Freeze it.
You know what I did? One year I had, because I agree, you always have leftover turkey. And so I did recipes. I did a series of recipes that you could do with the leftover turkey. So I did some turkey chili, which somebody mentioned in the live tonight. I prefer chicken chili, but I had leftover turkey. So I did turkey chili. I did turkey salad. And I did, what's the last thing I did with it? I did turkey chili. Oh, I did a turkey pot pie.
Ooh, yes. My friend's mom always does like a turkey hash. And they do like a big breakfast. And then my mom will do like a turkey salad, like the chicken salad and stuff. She'll do that.
My mom used to do hot shots. Do you know what that is?
Uh-uh.
That's where you do the turkey, and well, you could do it with any meat, but she would take the
Mm-hmm.
turkey and you cook it. You put it in a gravy, and you put that
Mm-hmm.
over toast, and that's how you eat it. Hmm. Yeah, but it's open. It's an open face type situation. It's actually good. And you could do it with anything with gravy.
I was trying to find a way to say it that was nice. Like I can see Marcus be like, try it. I'm like, I'm not eating no gravy sandwich.
It's different than a turkey sandwich though because it's open, but it's
Uh-huh.
good.
It
Oh, the
says
raw
y'all
packet.
pack the turkey breast, bake the legs and wings. Bro, we up late. We up canning. Come on, bro. Boil all the rest with the skin for yes, I've done that and cook the bones with some veg. My friend's mom, she will do that. She'll take that carcass and just cook it and get all that meat and stuff out. I felt like pioneer woman. Okay, Bree.
Yeah.
Hey, Stroke. I made my dogs because they still. I don't know if they're passing some type of virus back and forth. So I've got some probiotics coming for them. I've got some antibiotics coming for them. But I made their food today, and we got some chicken, some rotisserie chicken, and I got all that meat off and got some plain rice. They didn't get no broth in the rice this time. They got plain
Yeah,
rice,
yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah. So I'm like, all right, y'all two getting on my nerves now.
yeah.
Y'all still, I swear they passed it back and forth because Chewy started with it, and then Chewy was fine, and then here go Kodak, and now Kodak's fine, but here go Chewy. So I think when I get up this morning, I'm gonna sanitize they both. The antibiotics should be here tomorrow. Y'all both getting it. I'm tired of y'all too.
Anne said she felt like the pioneer woman.
Someone said, okay, Ree.
Hey, bro, you see um
3 days.
how Spoon and Sunshine did you with that dang on watermelon? Girl, they got a new watermelon video up. Their dang on yard was loaded with these huge watermelon. I
Wow.
actually didn't expect it to weigh as much as it did, but it didn't
How much
surprise
did it
me.
weigh?
They had one that was over 33 pounds. Hmm.
I remember Roke said he was go talking to Container Crops about that watermelon.
He held the record. He might still have something growing though, so I ain't gonna sleep on him.
He said, I'm
He said,
proud
"I'm
of him.
proud of you." It was nice, and I don't even think she did it in a way to necessarily grow such huge watermelon. I don't know. Maybe she did, but they were huge. I was like, my watermelon didn't do that great. I got one big watermelon out there, and I can tell you, it's not 20. It's not even 23 pounds. It might be. I don't know. I'm thinking it's probably like 16, 17 pounds.
There
Yes.
we go. It smells. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That's gonna be good.
Yes, it is. Oh, you're done with
Oh,
them for this
so
year.
good.
Okay. Mine's still, none of mine are ready. I checked the tassels today and they were still, or not, well, whatever it's called, the little sprinkly thing. And they were still not dried up. Um, yeah. Mike, yeah, Brooke was over there growing on watermelon. He was over there doing it.
This one a little bit better. Meat, potatoes,
Yes.
and this really is a meal.
It is. It's a meal just like that. And like I said, do other stuff with it too.
I can see me, so there's a lot of times Marcus is gone, Mimi is gone, just opening up one of them jars. And that's all I need. It does say on the instructions that you can mix in some cornstarch maybe.
Yep, make it a gravy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep, and it had a something where it shows you could make because was the beef stroganoff part of it, part of that one as well?
It was a separate one, but I love some stroganoff. So I'm gonna have to.
Mm-hmm.
What you cooking, TT? We did pot roast. Did you see the jars broke?
Yeah, we canned up some pot roast with some potatoes and roast, carrots, celery, onion, seasonings.
So right here, I mean, that's your Sunday pot roast right there. I mean, that's it.
Basically, beef stew. I told
Yeah.
TT, like, if you didn't want to have it as pot roast, you can put it in a pot pie and make
Mm-hmm.
you a pot pie. Everything that you need is already in the jar. Just
Yes.
add a little cornstarch slurry to kind of make it thicker as a gravy
Mm-hmm.
for your pot pie.
On
Sometimes I add a mushroom when I make mine, but you wouldn't have to do that.
Yeah, I do like some mushrooms and fresh green beans.
Oh
Says
yes,
ciabatta bread. I'm gonna have to try
bread. And I'm not a big bread eater, but I like a good bread. When
Yes.
I have bread, I want a good bread.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Y'all
Even when
see
I buy
how that water, what color that water is back there?
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Out of
Mine's
jars, tomato stew.
thing.
Yep. That's how I do my beef stew.
I thought about
When
that.
downstairs, every
I
vegetable
thought
you
about
can
that.
think, I put
Mm-hmm.
it in my beef stew with some tomatoes.
Yep.
Every
I am
vegetable.
put it in that tonight, but I was like, no, I'm gonna leave the recipe like it is. I can add that when I heat it
Yep.
up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I
that's so
agree.
good.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's probably gonna be like another hour for mine, and we're not gonna go another hour to get mine done. I'll get it done.
We're not gonna go an hour. It is 12.
But I will show. I will take a picture, and I definitely will put it on my community page when it's done. No, I'll do a short.
A short, taking it out.
Yeah, I'll do a short and put some music to it.
Your music. I'm like, Gina be having the best music.
My brain be going in places when I be doing stuff, and I be like, "Oh, that's the song."
Yes, yes. And I always tease Mike because I'm like, Mike got the most dramatic music.
I always be trying to think of something, and something always like I think sometimes it listens to me too. Because when I did the soup one, and that soup song came up, that soup song couldn't have been popular, and it was actually right there when I opened the app.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I was like, well, it's about soup, so I might as well do this one.
Mike says I thought that must be good for the dog food too. And yes, good dog food. What y'all want to talk about on my live tomorrow?
Let's talk about the fall stuff. Let's talk about the fall stuff. How people doing so far getting that garden cleaned up?
It's gonna be here any minute.
Cause I've started, but the cleanup ain't easy. And plus, I still got stuff out there growing too well. I don't have a lot of space like some people do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Yeah, how people doing with that? With transitioning?
Like I'm not doing the fall. I felt like my garden really struggled this year. So I think once all that stuff comes down, everything is getting, I'm just gonna give it some love, show it some love, and prepare it for next year. Because if I try to do a fall garden and wait, it's gonna snow. And I'm definitely not gonna do it. So I need to do it now. I'm interested in canning, still scared.
You got it. You got
There
it.
ain't nothing to be scared about.
Yeah,
Ain't
you
nothing.
got
If
it.
know the rules, don't be doing your own stuff, broke. But ain't nothing to be scared about.
Yeah, you gotta
We'll
watch
bring you up
somebody
here one
really
day and
do
get
it.
you canning with us.
Yes,
We'll
you
do
gotta watch
something
the
easy.
video. But you
We'll do
got it.
a
You definitely can do it. Especially how much stuff you be having come up, then you wouldn't have to worry about, how you gonna go eat through all that stuff. And I know some of the stuff that you grow. I know you said next year you're going to try to grow less of the stuff that you only eat, which makes sense too. But you could
mm-hmm.
preserve that stuff so that you could
Yes,
always have some of the thing that you actually
yes.
like. Um, don't worry about that. He said the botulism.
That's all botulism. Don't worry about it. Just let us know
Um,
what you want to. What you want to. Probably water bath canning gonna be the easiest. You can put in there anything. So come on up here with us.
mhm.
We'll get you through it. You're gonna love
Yes,
it. Ohio
you're right,
not transition.
TLC. We are not transitioning. I don't. I was telling one of my coworkers. I think in Ohio we gonna go from summer to winter. There's no fall. Right now it's kind of we're getting that fallish weather now. We're gonna go from what we know as summer.
That's how I
Our next
feel.
season is gonna be winter,
That's how I
and I'm
feel. I
not
feel
happy
like
about it.
it's before you know it, it's gonna be there. So that's why I'm like, I need to prepare now. Because there's been a couple of mornings just this week where I've gotten up and I'm like, I need to pull out my heater. It's cold. It's 50 degrees in the morning in August.
Hmm. I don't like it. Fall is my favorite season, always.
I like fall too.
Everything about
Fall
it,
is
the colors, the weather, all of it.
the smell. I love when they start pulling out like the cinnamon and
Hmm.
my whole house. Cinnamon apple.
Yep, I agree, bro. That's what I'm doing. My peppers are they just won't stop coming. I keep harvesting and they keep coming. The
Mm-hmm.
tomatoes are probably the only thing I can get be done with because I did a lot of determinate tomatoes for the paste for the sauces because I wanted to make a lot of sauce, but my peppers are still doing well. And my indeterminate tomatoes are still doing well. The melons are still growing. The sweet potatoes are
Mm-hmm.
still growing. I have patty
Mm-hmm.
pan out there. I was out there earlier and I'm like, I had one that was tiny and now it's gotten kind of big and I'm gonna let it keep
Mm-hmm.
going.
I've never heard of patty pan until Lydia last year. Never heard of it.
I didn't hear about it till this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sherry from Black Tropical sent me some because I won one of her giveaways. And she was like, I'm gonna send you something good. I didn't know what I said surprised me. And she said, I'll send you something good. And that's what I got. And I had been wanting that. So I had got to grow
We sent you
the
something
delicata
good.
squash. I did
Mm-hmm.
drop the seed for the delicata squash. I have one that came up, one didn't, one did.
Yeah.
So if I get some squash from that, that'd be great. If I don't, I don't. But I'm hoping I
So
do.
I know that I had when I planted everything else, I dropped the delicata. But I know I say I angrily threw it because it was humid out, it was hot, the bugs was killing me, so I was just putting stuff down. And it didn't come up, but I think it was maybe a month ago I was talking to you and I said that I dropped about 4 or 5 of them. One of them came up. So I don't know if it's just them seeds I got weren't good seeds, but
Yeah.
one of them did come up. But when I
Yeah.
do come across another delicata, I'm saving those seeds. It's only
Yeah.
you
I'm
plant
hoping
seeds.
I get some. Did you see what Broth said? The business would be to can for other people. It actually is.
I've thought about it. I've thought
Yeah.
about it. You let Marcus and my father-in-law say it. I mean, um, TLC says summer days and fall nights. I know that's right, especially around here. I
That's
like
exactly
canning.
what we have.
What did you say, Mike? fall, winter, and Minnesota rules because you get that.
See,
Would you say can't find the patty seeds?
you want some seeds, bro?
That
Say the word. Just say word, and I'll send you some.
was Mike. I can't find patty pan seeds.
Oh, Mike, you want some seeds?
Bro says I replanted my zucchini
Say
seeds
word.
again.
Go to my if you do, go to my about and just email me. I'll send you some. Yeah.
Yes.
The vine boards got my zucchini. They got my zucchini. And I think they killed my one of my cucumber, my pickling cucumber plants. I didn't know what was killing it, but I'm thinking that's probably what it was because that was
How would you know you had a vine borer?
the leaves on my this is I knew something was wrong because the leaves on my zucchini plant just were lit on one of my plants. The other plant it wasn't. Huh?
I had that happen last year.
Yeah.
And I didn't
They
know
were
what
just
it
lit for
was.
no reason. And they never did perk up, no matter what I did, water it or anything. When I finally pulled the plants up, the towards the bottom of the stalk of it was just rotted. Like it literally just separated and it was like gooey rottiness like there. And I was like, yeah, I think that was vine borers. I don't know, but I'm assuming that's what that was.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have that happen to me, bro. They didn't touch my broccoli, but I don't know. Don't quote me.
Frank says that my pepper have exploded. I know. I love going out there and getting peppers every day. Do vine borers eat broccoli?
I don't know. But they didn't touch mine. My issue with the brassicas are those moths. Because when we go into the fall, the moths come out like crazy. They literally ate all of my spinach, not just the leaves. They ate the veins and everything to the spinach. They tore my spinach to pieces. They didn't touch my collards and my broccoli, probably because they had so much spinach to eat.
Yeah, yeah. Mona says I got so many seeds. It's a shame. Mike says I saw Japanese beetles today for the. Oh,
I'm treating
I
for
haven't.
those as we speak. I'm hoping I can get rid of them. I put down what is that called? The oh, that's gonna bother me.
Okay. Y'all know I'm still new to gardening, so all the tips help. Give me tips. I mean, I'm necessarily gonna do them.
A milky spore.
But I like what's
So I've
that?
been putting this powder in my
Okay.
yard to kill some dang on beetles because I found grubs in a couple places in my beds and I did not appreciate it.
Yeah. I saw a grub in my pepper bed. It was peppers last year. It was only peppers last year, and I saw a grub. I didn't know what to do with it. I just tossed it across the yard. I don't know if I
Yeah,
was supposed to do that or not. I didn't go looking for more.
you should have put it. I put mine in soapy water that kills them,
Okay.
but there's probably more where you saw that one. Um, they're gross. They were all through my potato bed. They
Yeah, I
were
can
in my
see
pepper bed. When I harvested my onions, I found them in my pepper. I mean, in my pepper bed. They weren't where my onions were, but I found them in that bed.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, nope. Went on Amazon. This one got high reviews. A lot of people were saying that this is the people who reviewed it said that they used it for the Japanese beetles, and they got rid of them for most of those people were saying 7 to 10 years. I was
So, would you recommend I get that now for next year or get it next year for next year?
No, if you do it now, it'll treat it for now, and then you won't have a problem next year.
Okay. Okay.
Because I've already been putting it out in my yard.
Write that down too.
Yep, it's just a
So
powder.
you
And
for
if you
video.
put water in, that's even better. But if you put it in and let the rain water it in, that's just as good.
Okay. Now I'm gonna hop over to I'm gonna go check out your video, bro. Like
What poisons the plant? Are you talking about the vine borer broke? Poisons the plant and it slowly dies for no reason? Because that's what it felt like. That's what my zucchini did, and my cucumber. They both died for no reason, and were producing just fine.
Yeah, I feel like we gonna do a reset. We're doing a garden reset this fall because it's out of hand. It's a mess back there. Like I said, you see, I ain't did not one garden. I usually do maybe about 3, 4, maybe 5. I ain't did one. It's a mess.
Yeah. Brooke said he used the milky spores and he had less beetles this year. And he has an acre. I don't have even half of that. So I'm hoping that I could just get rid of them. Not have less, have none. Them things laid their eggs and I had them freaking grubs and them things is gross and I was having the heebie-jeebies and I don't need it.
Yeah. Okay. Who did it?
Oh, he did a video. I'll have to look. Okay.
I've never had a single female zucchini flower. I give up. Aw.
Yeah. So yeah.
But we're gonna go ahead and close it down. Miss Ann, Mr. Broke, you are welcome up here anytime. We can do something easy. Just know you are welcome up here in tea time. Thank you, Mike, for sticking with us. Thank you, everyone else, for sticking with us. It's 3.5 hours. We done pulled a Lydia
all-nighter. And I still got about a half hour or more to go. But it was fun.
Yes. So I'm gonna eat again. I'm hungry still.
And I'll see you tomorrow, Broke, in your live. I'll be in there.
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Mike. See you, Broke. All right.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.